Are we worried at all about Stephen Shea being the commissioner and also participating?
Yeah, I am. I'd just like to say I am.
You know what? I'm going to match.
Yeah, because really I'm not, but if he wins somehow,
Yep.
then I'm going to be very, very concerned.
Would anyone like to double the concern?
I'll sign off on that.
All
Yeah.
right, so we got match.
I'll match Jerry's double.
Okay.
Yeah,
I trust
stinks.
Steven. I'll say it.
Okay.
Thank you, Max.
If Steven wins, I'm going to be going like this.
Yep.
Remember who
Win-win.
trusted you, by the way.
On today's part of my take, it is time. We have Dingers Only draft. Max still hasn't done his punishment, but we're doing our Dingers Only league for the 2025 MLB season. We have Brandon, we have Steven, we have Zach, we have Jerry drafting our teams. We also have a great interview with Diamondbacks pitchers Merrill Kelly and Zach Gallen in studio. We also are going to talk to the greatest athlete of all time, Joey Chestnut, before his big return to Nathan's hot dog eating competition on Coney Island on July 4th. And we're going to recap some NBA stuff. We're going to talk some NFL trades. We got Hot Seat Cool Throne. And it's all brought to you by our friends at DraftKings. Nothing says summer like long days, clutch plays, and firing off a few bets on the game, all with DraftKings Sportsbook. As the season heats up, so do the bets, and DraftKings Sportsbook has you covered with live betting, home run props, odds boosts, and more. Whether you're chasing dingers or jumping in mid-game, there's always action to be had. Never bet on baseball before. It's easy. Pick a guy to go yard, hammer some live odds mid-game, or just ride with your squad and hope for the best. No spreadsheets, just vibes and dingers. Here's something special for the first timers. New DraftKings customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly. When you bet just $5 only on DraftKings, the crown is yours. Okay, let's go. Welcome to Part of My Take, presented by DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Use code TAKE. That's code TAKE for new customers to get $150 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5 only on DraftKings. The crown is yours. Today is Wednesday, July 1st. And boys, I know it's vacation week, but we got to talk some NBA. We have a big show. We have a big baseball show. Dingers Only is back. 2 great interviews. But NBA free agency has started, and it's a dud. I'm going to say it right now. It's a dud.
What, you weren't thrilled with like a couple minor pieces moving here and there, and then Miles Turner being the big implication? Actually, the biggest news of free agency was that Dame is getting waived and stretched. They're stretching and waiving Dame, so I guess he's technically a free agent right now. Ironically, stretching would have prevented this entire thing for Dame to begin with.
Exactly.
But I guess Dame might get to go to whatever team he wanted to go to a couple years ago, so that's good for him.
Yeah, it's just been not as exciting as it has been in years past because the new CBA. A lot of people are saying that CJ McCollum, our good friend, ruined free agency. I would say he probably did a good job in making the league more parity in the league and teams being able to get good quicker and not having super teams. But listen, a lot of NBA fans love the offseason drama. I have a take, PFT, I'd like to throw at you because we know Adam Silver listens to everything, and we can easily bully him. And we'll talk about who's the winners and losers and Dame and all that stuff and LeBron James. All right, 2-part take. One, they got to get rid of the apron word. I'm so sick of it. It makes it. Listen, I basically Googled explain the second apron to me as a 5-year-old. I found a bunch of posts. I read an article. I watched a video. I think I fully understand it, except for the fact that they keep calling it the first apron, the second apron. If they just called it jail and prison, I think it would make a lot more sense because that's really what it is. The second apron is prison. They basically, for people who don't understand what they've done with the salary cap, is they used to have all these like rules where if you go over the salary cap, your owner has to just pay extra money, and these guys are really rich and it doesn't matter. Now they've made it if you go over the second apron, you lose future draft picks, you lose ability to trade cash, you lose ability to like mid-level exception signs. So they restrict you. They put you in prison. If they tell you, if a team is going into prison in free agency, I understand it a lot easier than the second apron.
I think instead of jail and prison, it should be jail and hell.
Fine.
I was thinking apron, and it's very confusing that they use the word apron, and it's like teams getting under the second apron. Like it's kind of sexual. It makes me think that we're getting busy now.
It's I don't know if it's sexual. I never thought of it as sexual. That might be a bonk. I thought
getting
of it
under somebody's apron.
Yeah, I thought of it more as like you're just wearing an apron in the kitchen and you're getting splashed with oil.
I want to get under the apron. I want to see what's underneath there.
They wear two aprons, PFT? Like, they're getting on the second one.
Apron?
Dude, if you get under the first apron, that's okay. That's like first date shit. If you get under the second apron, now we're talking like we're moving in.
But what you just explained, jail and prison makes sense because then you could say your team got out of prison.
Well, jail and hell. I like jail and hell.
But prison is more than jail.
It is, yeah, that's true.
So it's like first apron, second apron, prison and jail. I mean, I also thought like you could just do like a fire. You're in the firestorm, or a volcano eruption. I don't care. But they just need to get rid of the apron, especially because it's hurting guys like my good friend PFD, who's like getting rock hard every time he sees the word apron. First guy ever,
dude.
It's like you and Guy Fieri.
No. It's getting under the apron is what gets me going. I don't care if there's two aprons, but if I'm getting under two aprons, then I'm grinding, man. I'm bumping.
But either way, do you like my idea? Jail and prison. Explain it to us better.
No, I do like the idea. Just jail and prison. You did it one time. You conflated the two because jail and prison are so close, like they're so similar. That's why I'm thinking jail is first one, and then hell is the second one. Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean I conflated the two?
You switched them up one of the times when you explained it because it's confusing because they're so similar.
No, prison's always the second apron. Or maybe it's the alligator Alcatraz is the second apron.
That's fine.
That's fine too. So that's the first one. Fix that, Adam Silver. Change the name. I don't care. Just make it so that it's relatable to us. I don't give a fuck about this apron, first apron, second apron. You're basically making a bunch of people walk around and sound like nerds when they say it. When they go on like, well,
with boners.
Yeah, with boners. They're incels. They're nerds who can't get their boners touched. Well, the Warriors need to get under the second apron. No, the Warriors have to get out of prison. Okay, that's the problem. That's it.
And you're making America hard.
Yeah, you're making America hard. All right, here's the other one. Because it's I miss the days of just chaos. I don't think this should happen every year, but I think it should happen randomly. It could happen during the season. It's essentially it's video game rules. And Adam Silver just says for the next hour, salary cap's off.
I kind of like that.
It's when you go to the menu in your video games and you turn off salary caps, you could do any trade ever. And you have to get it signed. Like you have to get your players signed in that window. And so everyone would just go crazy. Like, all right, the Nuggets are going to sign Jokic to $1 billion, 10 years. Salary cap's off but it actually has to be signed. The legal document has to be signed and you have no idea when it's coming. So you basically have an hour to scramble, try to get a hold of your players, try to get a hold of free agents, everything, get the deal done. And then he's like, boom, salary cap's back on. And then it would be great because like 4 years from now, you're like, oh shit, why is KCP making like $400 million? Oh, that's because he was the only guy they could reach during the salary cap's off window.
Mm-hmm. I like that idea. I also like the idea of designating one guy, maybe per roster every 2 or 3 years, who's allowed to just his individual salary does not count towards the cap.
Yeah.
You have one guy that's immune to the cap.
Yeah. I mean, SGA, we should talk about that. That's a spicy meatball. Congrats. Fleeced. He fleeced the Thunder. 4
years, $285 million. What is that? 71.25? Is that right? 71.25 mil per year?
Someone did the math because it obviously escalates. I think it's in his final year of the contract, he'll be making over $1 million per game. So, and he's still not the highest paid player. Jason Tatum still has that, but SGA, pretty nice. Pretty nice.
Hank, I have a question for you.
Yes, PFT.
With the Dame stretching and waving, did the thought cross your mind? What if we did that with Tatum?
No.
You didn't even think about it?
No. Dame's so much older.
Yeah, but you didn't even think about it.
Tatum's already in the gym. Tatum's already grinding.
What if you stretched him?
No, Dame's washed.
Not waved him. No, not waved him. Just stretched him.
No,
washed. You don't even know how to do that.
We don't need to do that.
Wait.
We're talking like a probably 8 to 10 year difference.
Okay.
Somebody did the math. They said SGA is going to make $106,000 per free throw next season.
That's awesome.
That's pretty good. Good for him.
Yes.
So I'm looking at the calendar right now. It is Bobby Bonilla Day. Does that mean that Dame also gets paid on Bobby Bonilla Day?
I don't know. I think he gets. So I think his cap. He gets all the money, and then the cap, like the stretching part of it, is the next 5 years. The Bucks have it count against their cap, like $20 million or whatever it is. Okay. So that's the stretching part, and then they waived him. I also don't know. Can you guys explain to me Chris Haynes? That guy's weird. So he's maybe related. He's maybe married to someone who's related to Giannis. He's also like best friends with Dame. So the Bucks, he was the Bucks insider. But then there's the story that he said that Giannis was upset that Dame was stretched and waived. And then Shams had a story that Giannis essentially recruited Miles Turner, and Miles Turner wouldn't have been able to be recruited if it weren't for Dame getting stretched and waived. I don't really understand the situation. I think Giannis I probably am going to agree with Shams here and say that Giannis wanted Miles Turner and was okay with the stretching and waving. But the whole thing, and he also got caught. He tried to act really quick during free agency. I think it was maybe James Harden. He did. No, wait, who was it? I think it was James Harden. He did AI. No, it was someone who changed to the Clippers. He did AI for them in New Jersey, and it spelled the name of the town wrong. It was Dallas. That's what it was. It was Dorian Finney-Smith, and he said, or whoever went to Dallas, and it was like DALLIES because it was AI. So he's a weirdo.
Yeah, I think that Giannis just kind of had to tell him that I'm sad that Dame is leaving because he doesn't want to be like, I'm so pumped that he's not going to be on the team anymore.
Yeah.
You know, like there's no harm in just him saying like, I'm bummed out that he's gone. I think he's probably pumped to have Miles Turner. I think he's probably very excited that the Bucks are going to try to remain competitive somehow. Should we talk about LeBron?
Yeah, but one last thing about the Bucks, though. That does suck for the Pacers because this is the reality of having Halliburton get injured where you can't just run back the team that was in Game 7 of the finals. And the Bucks and Pacers hate each other. So that was kind of a double whammy for Pacers fans to have Miles Turner go to the Bucks. But yeah, we should talk about LeBron.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Is LeBron scaring free agents away from Los Angeles?
They don't really have any moves because they've paid everyone they paid Luka, LeBron, and Bronny, I think, like $90 million. I heard someone add them all. He added Bronny. I was like, that's a great move. I think, and this is, okay, so we're not experts in the NBA, so I'm just going to throw this out there. I think LeBron thinks he still runs the league and he doesn't run the league anymore. Yeah, I think that's what's happening right now. I think he did the whole old LeBron of like, I'm taking the money, and listen, no problem with him taking the money. He's LeBron James. He deserves the money. He shouldn't. I'm not going to sit here and be like, take less money. I mean, if you want to maybe win a ring and have flexibility, you should take less money. But that's not never look at another man's pockets. I think the statement where he was like, I'm going to be monitoring the situation, he was expecting every team to be like, oh, shit, LeBron, we could trade for LeBron. And everyone's like, why would we want to trade for a one-year retirement tour at $53 million for a guy who is going to basically like hijack our entire franchise? So I don't think he has the power that he used to have.
I like to say that people are scared of the Lakers because of LeBron, just because it puts more blame directly on LeBron rather than saying like he's out of his depth right now. I think the reality is that the Lakers didn't really have a whole lot of options. They might try to go after Ayton. He's the one like big that's still out there that could potentially sign with them. But he did when he signed his contract, he said like, I'm doing this because I know it's a challenge, but I want the Lakers to remain competitive. And build for the future as I'm also on the team. And when I saw that statement, I thought like, I don't know what LeBron's trying to get out of this, but he must know that it's going to be impossible to build for the future and win now when he's taking that big contract and getting his maximum value.
Correct.
Right? Correct. All that's true. He might just be dumb.
Well, that could be the case. I think he also just setting it up, being like, I made it clear I wanted you to build a contender. He's Tim Robinson. Who, we're all trying to find the guy who did this, who made it so we couldn't sign any players, because they can't sign any players. But he made it clear he wanted them to sign players. So when they don't sign players, he'd be like, wasn't I clear? I said I wanted you to sign. I wanted you to make a championship team for me.
I just heard Dave McMenamin say on ESPN that he expects the Lakers might get involved with another team that signs a big, thus making their starting center expendable, and then move that person to the Lakers. So any center in the league right now that's currently on a team is on the table per Dave McMenamin.
Yeah, Wendy had the report. He was like, yeah, everyone was shocked by this. They were like, yeah, we don't want to trade for LeBron. There's no takers right now, because obviously it instantly becomes the Cavs, and everyone talks about the Cavs. I feel like the Cavs have kind of moved on from that. Why would they had the 1 seed. I know they got injured and they got bounced in the second round, but why would you want to do that with LeBron again?
I don't know.
He doesn't have the
$50 million.
He doesn't have the pull that he once had.
If it was 30, not 50, then it's a lot different.
Yeah, right.
That's where he's just selfish.
Right. All right, winners. I have the Nuggets as a winner. Feels like they finally got bench depth, got a real backup center, and that was a good Michael Porter Jr. trade where they got someone who's half the money and then able to actually get some depth. They got Bruce Brown back, which is nice. I also have the Rockets. The Rockets might be my pick. All right, like I know that you don't win championships July 1st. The Rockets are going to be really good. I think the Rockets are going to be awesome. They basically have 3 centers now, and they added Kevin Durant, and I'm a Rockets believer.
I love what Bruce Brown did, by the way, when he left in free agency after telling the Nuggets, like, I'm not going to go anywhere in free agency during the parade, and then waking up the next day and be like, oh yeah, I can make, what was it, like $30 million more?
Like 40 or something.
40, somewhere else. Yeah, you know what? I'm actually going to go, but I'm going to be thinking about the Nuggets the whole time. I'll come back as soon as these checks stop coming in. And that's a great move. I really appreciate what Bruce Brown did.
And he's going to be like really good again because he's going to play with Jokic. Mm-hmm. Like he basically took a sabbatical where he's like, I'm going to make the maximum amount of money. I'm probably not going to enjoy playing basketball the same way. And then I'll just come back and it will be awesome.
Yeah. No, it was a good move. Why do you like the Rockets so much, KD?
KD, their depth with like their center depth. They have 3 big. They got Clint Capella back. Obviously, Steven Adams, Şengün. Like Steven Adams can just they can just basically rest everyone all year. I think KD's going to be. I think KD's got a little fuck you going tour coming. I don't know. I think he's got a fuck you tour coming.
It does feel like a let him know season.
Yeah,
let him know.
Is just feeling it in my bones. I think he's got one more of those in him. And I think this might be the year. And I think the more I thought about it, I know we talked about his legacy and all that stuff. The Rockets is perfect for him, where it was a really good team last year, the 2 seed, and now he can be the old guy who brought the young kids along. I think this might be a KD legacy year. I think he might win it all and then be like, now this one counts.
Is Chris Paul, he's a free agent, right?
Yeah.
So he's still out there.
Played 82 games last year.
82 games, as healthy as he's ever been. I do think that KD's got a lot left in the tank for sure, but I really like what the Nuggets did. I think that the Nuggets, Cam Johnson, that's good. Michael Porter Jr., he's been a great player, but his back is just fucked up right now. Mm-hmm. And you can't really count on him. So I like Cam Johnson, whose brother's name is Puff. Did you know that?
No, that's great.
His name
Not
is Puff.
Great right now.
Puff Johnson. Well, we don't know.
True. It's out. We do know.
4 out of 5.
We do know.
On 4, do you think there's any chance that on 4 out of 5 charges, they're like not guilty, but maybe on that one?
Yeah.
Maybe on that one he is.
Maybe. The Hawks have done a great job. The Hawks are going to be good. They've got, I mean, it goes back to the draft with the pick that they got from the Pelicans. I feel like the Hawks are doing some things. It's all vibe check for me too. I don't know. Like the Celtics, Hank, you lost Luke Cornett. You've gutted. You did get out of prison, but you were in prison.
Yeah, no, it's a sad state of affairs.
Yeah, that's it.
It's just the championship team is gone. You know, Drew's gone. Horford isn't gone yet, but he's gone. Porzingis gone.
You got Luka Garza though. Big Ten beast.
How is that even news? I don't want to be mean, but like because he doesn't play.
I think it's news
Like,
because
how is that news? It's like he's not.
But did you hear all the reports? It was like, yeah, they inquired about Luka Garza the last two years, and like they were looking at. By the way, I have breaking news. Oh no, breaking news. This is bad breaking news.
I don't like this.
Halftime injury update. Red Panda fell before getting started left court, clutching her left wrist.
Oh no!
Please be okay.
Oh my God.
Not the Red Panda.
Does she have an off season? You think?
No, fuck no, dude. Come on.
Halftime of what?
Probably the Champions Cup, the Cup Classic, whatever the NBA does.
The World Cup of clubs.
Yeah. No. The Champions Cup for the WNBA.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah,
they have one of those too.
Yeah. Caitlin Clark's not playing in it.
The Commissioner's Cup.
Commissioner's Cup, but I think it's is it the Commissioner's Cup in the WNBA? Zach, can you look that up for us, please?
It is.
What's it actually called? It is. It's still the Commissioner's
Cup.
Cup. Damn, they copy everything.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be us so bad.
Wait, are the courts different?
He's giving us the thumbs up. What'd you say?
Did they make the courts
like
different?
A thumb on his
I don't think so. It doesn't look different on the.
No offense.
Wait, what'd you say?
I said Zach looks like a thumb on the video feed.
Yeah, he doesn't have
like
the
you
best.
can't see his face.
Yeah, he's not working with the best Wi-Fi. Zach, what's going on there, dude?
My bad, guys. If I look like a thumb, that's on me. If the Wi-Fi's cutting out, I tried to get as close to the router as I could, but I didn't want you guys to get any background noise, so I was trying to stay on a different side of the house.
You look great.
What's behind you?
Like a little office.
No, but what's on
situation.
The wall?
Oh, my mom makes these picture frames that are like so it's beechwood and a picture frame, and then they're like put together.
I'd like one of those.
That's sick.
I can get you one of those if you'd like them, man.
Yeah, I would like one of those for the studio.
A couple.
I like that.
What's that?
We got another one over there.
Oh, nice.
That little Rascal Flats action on the wall there.
Okay.
That's a Rascal Flats melt. Great song.
I like that you're using a laptop right in front of another bigger TV or bigger computer that's right behind you.
Yeah.
That's stationary. We already had the one lighting issue. I want to make sure we were mobile for you guys.
You need the frames for rivals.
Yeah.
Also, yes, I need all the frames I can get.
All right, I have a couple other NBA notes I want to throw at you guys. I'm going to throw a potential trade at you. I want to tell you, you got to say yes or no. If I offered you have the 1 pick in the draft. If I offered you the 4th, 5th, and 10th pick, would you trade?
For the first overall pick?
Yeah, 4th, 5th, and 10th. It's pretty good.
Deep draft next year.
Deep draft.
I have no idea if it is or not. I'm just saying that. Yes.
Okay, great. All right, so the Bulls should have Anthony Edwards on their team. That's perfect.
Okay, all right.
Because the Bulls have officially completed the trade. They have from the 2020 draft, they now have the 4th, 5th, and 10th pick in terms of players from that draft because they have Patrick Williams, they drafted 4th. They got Okoro from the Cavs, who was drafted 5th, and they have Jalen Smith, who was drafted 10th. So kind of stacking the 2020 draft, boys.
That's pretty good, yeah.
The Bulls are incapable of trading for picks. They don't know how to do it. They traded all their good players, Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, Alex Caruso, Lonzo Ball. The only pick they got back was their own pick. That's it.
And that was just out of spite, just to get their own pick back. Yeah.
They don't know. They actually, I don't think that
in
they
their
have
defense,
they haven't read that they can do that.
In their defense, it's a lot harder to trade for nobody. To be like, hey, we're going to get nobody back.
But it's a good strategy when it's good pick, when you get picks.
It is the correct strategy.
Yeah.
It is the correct strategy to do for sure. But if you're a stupid person, it's hard to conceptualize a player that doesn't exist yet.
Yeah, but I do appreciate that they listen, they're going to be bad again, and they're run by incompetent losers and owned by incompetent stooges. But if you can stack multiple picks from one draft class, I always will kind of buy in because I'll be like, dude, we had three of the top 10 picks one year. Like that's got to be good.
They probably played McDonald's All-American games together, went to the same camps, familiar with each other. Yeah,
it's got to be good. All right, I like what the Bucks are doing outside of Miles Turner because they now have 66% of the Garys in the NBA.
Okay.
Kind of like that. I really do think that if Giannis wants to trade or the Bucks season goes sideways, they have to do everything possible to try to get Gary Payton the second on the team. And imagine if the Bucks could basically sell tickets being like, we have 100% of the Garys in the NBA.
Yeah, so there are, I'm guessing, three Garys.
There's three Garys. There's three Garys. They already had one, and they added another, which is significant in Gary news. Like if you add the second, it's basically playing Monopoly. They have 2/3 of an entire property now. They just got to get the last Gary, and they can charge everyone a ton of rent.
You want to hear something crazy?
Yeah,
the Lakers have 100% of the LeBrons in the NBA right now.
That's true. That's true.
Corner of the market.
They don't have 100% of the Lucas. The Celtics have half of that share.
What if the Lakers could get a really good player in a trade, but they had to give up, like, obviously you had to trade probably Dalton Connect, and then the other team was like, we need Bronny or it's a no-go.
Yeah, I think they'd have to do it, right?
Would you trade your own son away?
You'd have to trade him. You'd have to trade him. And knowing LeBron, he'd probably make it like a viral moment where he goes up to him in the middle of a game and does he probably didn't get to that part in Godfather 2 yet, but someone would tell him, hey, you got to go kiss him like he's Fredo and send him on his way.
What the Lakers should do to see if LeBron is actually committed, they should tell him, we have to trade your son because we're getting this great player. And then once LeBron agrees to it, then they say, that was a test. You get to keep your child. Very
King
biblical.
Solomon? No.
King Solomon.
King Solomon, yeah.
King Solomon, yeah. See if he's willing to sacrifice his own child for the betterment of the team.
See if he's the true king.
Yeah. And if he won't do it, then you know he's not the true king to begin with.
Yeah.
Then you rebuild.
That.
Yep.
I like that. Make it a whole decision. Make it like a deal or no deal. Put Bronny in a suitcase.
Yeah.
Just throw him out. All right, and then the last thing, Duncan Robinson, our friend, recurring guest, made a ton of money going to the Pistons. I like that. Also crazy because I didn't know, but he is the leader in Heat franchise history for three-pointers made, and by like a large margin, which is something that kind of shocked me a little, but also makes sense with how the NBA has gone with the three-pointers. But did you guys know that offhand?
Not offhand. If you had asked me, I probably would have guessed.
James Jones, Mike Miller.
I'll tell you this: you can't
Mike
guess
Miller.
number two. You can't guess number two, which is just as shocking because obviously I've revealed that Duncan Robinson is one.
Tyler Hero?
Yeah,
Alonzo
so you
Mourning.
did guess it. Tyler Hero, number two.
Yeah.
It's
I would have guessed
crazy.
Udonis Haslem just out of sheer longevity.
Udonis Haslem not on the list. Dwayne Wade all the way down at number 9. But shout out Duncan Robinson. He has 200 more threes than the second most threes in Heat history. So
That record's about to be Dame's.
yeah, it might be Dame's. Well, no, because Dame, no chance Dame plays enough games. He'd have to make maybe if he made 600 threes for 2 years.
What if he's just so happy to finally be in Miami? It's like, what if Dame was right that he just needed Florida to unlock his best potential? He goes down there, just buries threes all day.
That could happen. Hey, Max, did the Sixers do anything?
No, they lost Yabu and then signed Tyrese Maxey's friend.
Oh, okay. Well, that's cool.
Where'd Yabu go?
I forgot to the Knicks.
Huh?
Oh, you
New
mean
York?
John Staley's Knicks?
Yep.
Memes?
She's a good coach.
She is a good coach.
She's a good coach.
He's a good coach.
Philly. Trendon
what-
Watford was the guy who we signed, by the way. I forgot his name.
Do you like what the Knicks did, memes, outside of maybe hiring Don Staley?
Yeah, the Knicks are broke, so they got Jordan Clarkson and Yabu on vet minimums.
Okay. That's
Yabu's a
good.
nice player, though.
Yeah, Yabu's good. Jordan Clarkson, there was a clip of Mike Breen roasting him during the game, but I'm sure it'll be fine.
So
Yeah.
you're gonna get Mike Brown as your coach, right?
Yeah, Mike Brown's gonna be the guy.
Is he for officially?
He's the only guy coming back for a second interview.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I guess Rick Brunson, too, is still in the running, right?
Yeah, and Dawn.
And Don. All right, should we talk a little NFL? We had a trade. The Steelers they traded Minkah Fitzpatrick to the Dolphins for Jalen Ramsey. They also got Jonnu Smith, which I think was a separate trade, correct?
Yeah, I think it was.
The reporting on all of this was a little weird because I don't know how you guys experienced this trade. I experienced it through our good friend Jersey Jerry, who will be on Dingers Only with us. He texted me Super Bowl on and was like, I can't believe this trade. And then the reporting came out so I think Jerry thought they just got Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, because the way it came out, it was it wasn't even that, Big Cat. The way I found out about it was through Adam Schefter. I have notifications on because I need to know what's going on. So I saw his post about a trade. It said Jalen Ramsey has been traded from the Miami Dolphins to, and then it was the ... It cut off right there. I think that Schefter knows exactly how many characters to use to make people actually click through and look at his tweet instead of just looking at the notification. I think that he's that good. So I saw that. I clicked on that, and then they didn't say what they gave up for it. They didn't say anything about the details of the trade. It just looked like the Steelers were getting Jalen Ramsey. And then it did come out. Yeah, it was actually Jonnu Smith I believe it was in the same trade.
Okay.
It was.
It makes sense. It was, yeah.
Steelers got Ramsey, Jonnu Smith, and they swapped a 2027 7th rounder for a 2027 5th rounder. So they ended up with a 5th round pick in Pittsburgh, and Miami ended up with a 7th round pick.
Got it. Because if you believe some of the things coming out of the Steelers at the end of last year, there was belief that possibly Minkah Fitzpatrick was the guy who, remember there was a weird press conference. It was either, I think it was Cam Hayward. I think TJ Watt said something as well, where they're like, it's hard when 10 guys are doing one thing and one guy's doing another. And that some people thought might've been Minkah Fitzpatrick. So maybe that's an addition right there, just getting him back to the Dolphins. I don't know.
I thought it was TJ saying that he's the one guy doing the right thing and 10 other guys are all collectively doing the wrong thing. But yeah, Minkah is a fine safety, but he does freelance from time to time. Ramsey is still a really, really good cornerback. They have Ramsey and Joey Porter Jr. Mm-hmm. I think all in all, it's good for the Steelers. It feels like this is the Steelers all-in season, right?
Jonnu Smith is also like that. He's been a really good tight end the last couple of years. So that part for their offense, I feel like is significant.
Is he Pittsburgh though?
Yeah,
I don't know.
You always have to worry about that.
I don't know if he's a Pittsburgh tight end.
You got to always worry about that.
Because they got Pat Freiermuth, Pittsburgh tight end. He's a guy that you could easily mistake for Heath Miller. And then you got big ass Washington. I'm mostly concerned that Darnell Washington isn't going to be playing as much because whenever he steps on the field, you just look at him and be like, holy shit, who the fuck is that guy? How is he not the best player in the NFL?
Yeah. I mean, you like Darnell Washington and DK Metcalf lining up on the same side will be like what Bain did to Heinz Field. Like it would just completely tilt. But yeah, I don't know if Darnell Washington can catch the ball. That's the only problem. But I do like when he gets on the field. I like the Jonnu Smith. He was good last year. He was good. He like started to come on. Was it the end of 2 years ago? And then last year he was very good. I feel like he was really good. And then 2 years ago, I think he like started to pop a little as well.
He had a big season. And then the Dolphins replaced him by getting Darren Waller from the New York Giants. Mm-hmm. Darren Waller was retired. And so I think they swapped like a 6th and a 7th round pick with the Giants to get a retired guy that was still on their payroll to come down to Miami and play. Yeah.
Just don't make him fullback. That's the only thing. Because that clip came out that he basically retired when the Giants made him be fullback in Buffalo for like three consecutive plays. He's like, what the fuck am I doing here? The big story, though, is PFT, we're officially in football month. There is a football game being played this month. I know it's preseason, but that's really – it just starts to get the – I was walking. I went on a hike with my kids today, and I'm not ashamed to admit that I started daydreaming about like the first NFL Sunday. And I was like, this is going to be awesome. I'm so excited.
We're pretty much here.
Yeah.
We're pretty much here. Like July it's great at the start. We got, the 4th of July, that whole week feels like just a vacation for America. And then, it's hot outside. We're going to be tan from how tan we are right now. We're still going to have that same Pantone on our skin once football season kicks off. Once we get actual live football played, yeah, it's the Hall of Fame game, but we're going to see all the guys. They're going to be wearing the jerseys. We're going to see the coaches. It's going to be great. And we're pretty much there. So congratulations.
It's going to be great. Should we do hot seat, cool throne, and then we can get to all of our interviews and dingers only?
Yep.
All right. So hot seat, cool throne brought to you by our friends at Truly Unruly Lemonade. Combines the high alc fun of Truly Unruly with everyone's favorite lemonade. Lemonade let loose. 8% ABV, 100% delicious. 4 supercharged lemonade flavors: Bumpin' Blue Raz, OG Original Lemonade, Punched Up Pineapple, Wild Pink. It's the official hard seltzer, pardon my take. Level up your lemonade with Truly Unruly today. I love the Wild Pink. We were out golfing last week. We had some Trulies. It is the best. There's nothing better when the sun starts beating down. You're like, hey, I need something refreshing. I need something to get me loose. That's Truly Unruly Lemonade, 8% ABV, 100% delicious. Level up your lemonade with Truly Unruly today. Okay. Hot seat, cool throne. Hank.
My hot seat is Malik Beasley.
Oh, yeah.
He is under investigation for basically, what would you call it? Rigging
Gambling
games.
on games.
Gambling on games. Not insider trading, but like.
What was the hard part of that?
It's not insider trading. It's called
gambling on games.
Gambling on games.
Playing in.
Gambling on games, player props. The videos that came out after the investigation came out were very bad, to say the least. I don't know if it's one of those things where if you could do this for any player. I feel like it's not, obviously, but the videos that came out were absurdly obvious that he was probably gambling on games.
There was one where he took the ball the full length of the court with like 3.5, 4 seconds left to cover the spread, and he was the only one out there trying. And you could see like the relief hit his face when he got to the other end. There was the other one where so he had also tweeted at Anthony Edwards to hit, what was it, like 6 threes tonight in a game. There was that one, and then there was another one where he was playing defense where his controller just unplugged.
Yep.
And yeah, blew by. I think it was Halliburton blew by him, and he didn't move a single one of his feet. Both feet remained firmly planted in the ground. I don't think you could do that with every player in the NBA.
And not only that, but I'm sure you guys saw there was like, the gambling circles, like people know and shit gets out there. And there were tweets from like January where it's like, if you're investigating Terry Rozier, like investigate Malik Beasley. He's the one. And a lot of that stuff where he is still innocent, but there's a lot of smoke.
Also got proven innocent.
Yes,
for the record.
he did.
We should say that. So it's like this might not be, it might not be guilty. And the same thing happened when Terry Rozier, the allegations came out. There was videos, and it was like he was clearly gambling. So this could all not be true, but
would you rather
I'm
be
let
accused?
him have his day in court?
Yeah, same.
Would you rather be accused of betting on your own personal unders when you didn't actually bet on your own personal unders, and then being validated, and they're like, it turns out you just suck? Or would you rather get investigated and you did bet on them and you made a ton of money betting on them and they found out that you were gambling?
Yeah. I mean, listen.
I just don't think you can make that much. When you look at free agency,
he was about to make a bunch of money.
The greatest lottery ticket you can have. Obviously, you have to be an NBA player, but it's like they get paid so much money. There's no way you can make enough money gambling that it is worth doing that.
It is kind of a compliment to be like, you're good enough that you can control the outcome of these things.
Yeah.
If you told me,
if it was your own overs.
Yeah. If you told me like, hey, we're going to play 5-on-5 basketball at the Barstool Chicago office, and we're going to put lines out there, and I wouldn't be good enough to be able to affect the game,
Yeah, that's like the total point spread. I agree.
I could not make a shot. I could bet. Yeah, you could bet your unders and just not make a shot. But other than that, like you can't. It's basically a compliment. Malik Beasley, you are an impactful player if you were proven guilty.
On the other hand, I feel bad for NBA players. Sure, they make all this money in free agency, get any woman they want, but at the end of the day, they don't get to sit on their couch and hit a 4-leg parlay on an NBA game like I do.
Facts.
And they'll never have that joy. That makes me sad.
Facts. Yeah, he's not going to get signed now. That kind of sucks that he was a free agent.
Yeah, crazy story.
How pissed do you think hockey players are right now?
You got to move your free
Extremely.
agency if you're hockey. You can't go head to head.
What was Luke Cornett's deal? Then he's a fine player, but what was his deal?
I don't know.
I think he got 40.
He got $40 million guaranteed.
Yeah, 4 for 40, I think.
So he's getting paid Connor McDavid in the money.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean Sam Bennett's contract. It was like this guy was the most important player on the team. He was 8 years, $8 million.
Oh man,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. By the way, the Panthers are just going to be good again. They got everyone. Biz might be right about the state income tax.
I also love. I'm assuming NBA players are the same way, but like, and this is more like we were just with the Chicklets guys last week. But I love hearing them talk just strictly money when they talk about other players. Like, oh, how much that guy get? Like, how much he make? Like that. They just talk strictly in like how much they made in their career.
Also,
Like when it's all public, it's very funny.
Whitney told us a hilarious story about how when he was like 2 years out from retiring and he talked to his financial advisor and his financial advisor was like, all right, so like when you retire, like you'll get a job. And he was like, what do you mean? He's like, I wasn't planning on that, which is very funny.
The Knights got better too.
Yeah, they did. But the Panthers brought everyone back, didn't they?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy.
Team dinners, man. It's all about team dinners.
I'm going to talk about Zach, talk about the Panthers for 20 seconds while I turn on the light in this room because I realize that it's just pitch black in here.
Yeah, the sun's going down.
So I did see the Panthers did bring all the boys back. They repeated that the whole game's come back. Do you guys think they're going to be this dominant again? Is it going to be that much fun to watch, or what are we thinking?
I like that. Good question. Great question,
Dude, Zach. They all go to team dinner every night. Like you can't get in the way of that.
I think unless this ate into their Dairy Queen money,
of their wins to just like we all went to team dinners together.
Unless this ate into their Dairy Queen budget, I think that we're looking at another championship for the Florida Panthers. Hey, congratulations! It's July 1st. Congratulations to the Florida Panthers on winning the 2026 Lord Stanley's Cup.
Hank, I think team dinners can be attributed. We eat dinner together a bunch.
I know. I didn't realize it until like all the post game interviews. It was like, yeah, this team dinners.
It's gonna force some team that absolutely hates each other to try to do this, and it's gonna be so awkward. Because like team dinners work in theory if you like everyone, but if you have a team that doesn't like each other, it's gonna tear them apart. All right, your cool throne.
My cool throne is WNBA pettiness.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark was voted number 1 All-Star team by the fans, number 9 by her fellow players.
I have some takes.
Please.
Do you have a take?
On the Caitlin Clark situation?
Yeah, I have a take.
I think that it is good for the league.
Okay.
Because we're talking about the league right now.
Okay, I agree. I'm going to piggyback on your take. Tag me in. First, this is about this year. Caitlin Clark has missed almost half the games. So, I mean, I know that she's incredible, and I think she's one of the best players, and she's also like the WNBA just expanded. They're bringing back Detroit, Cleveland, and then what's the other one? Nashville. Nashville got a franchise. The Caitlin Clark defenders are such losers now. Like, what do we care? She's the most popular player. What should her like rivals do? Should they just be like, "Oh, we love you, Caitlin. Thank you so much. We want to kiss your feet and like and hope you do." Just, of course, they don't like her. She's better than them, and she's more popular. Like, of course, they're petty about it. I think that's good for sports.
They're trying to hurt her, though.
But the hurting part, I agree. That's too far. But like. This is like to be like, this is bullshit. I can't believe they don't like her. I can believe they don't like her. She gets all the attention. They're jealous. Who cares? That's good for sports. Caitlin Clark will have a longer career, better career, make more money. She's going to win in the long run. It doesn't have to be like a World War III every single time there's a slight on Caitlin Clark. It just, it loses all of the like oomph for me when you're just when the Caitlin Clark defenders are crying about her constantly.
When have we ever cared about the breakdown of all-star vote percentages in the WNBA?
Right.
Has that ever happened? We do care now.
Right.
So yeah, is she worthy of a higher percentage? Probably, yeah. But she also has been hurt, and it's also good that the league hates her this much because it pisses everyone off, and it gets more people talking about the WNBA. And then she's going to go out there with a chip on her shoulder, and she's going to be great, shove it in their faces, and prove to them that she's better, and that's going to be great for the league too.
Not only that, but what is like one of the number one complaints we see online about sports, specifically the NBA, specifically basketball, is all these guys don't hate each other like they used to. They used to hate each other. They used to, like, the Pistons and Bulls hated each other. The Pistons and Celtics hate each other. MJ hated Isaiah. All this stuff, like hate was what fueled the league. And now you have that back in the WNBA, and you're going to complain about it? Like, who cares? Her peers don't like her because she is more popular than them. That's just a fact. Yeah. And she can just be better and win championships and shove it in their face. Like, I just don't. I would not be offended if I was a Caitlin Clark fan. I would not be going to my pitchforks because she was voted 9th in a season when she's played half the games.
Okay, counterpoint though, isn't it also a sign of the growing league that we have this many Caitlin Clark fans that get this pissed off?
True,
because of perceived slights, right? This is like the Caitlin Clark defenders that have to show up and stick up for their person. I think it's all good. I think I think what we're going to see though is we're going to see. Like, Caitlin Clark is going to go on a little tear. She's going to be great. The Fever are eventually going to win a championship. She's going to get some players from teams that maybe used to hate her.
Can Caitlin Clark win the big one, though?
Yeah, that's a good question.
We don't
PFT, know. So when she gets, like clotheslined going through the lane, that's when I'm like, yeah, Caitlin Clark defenders, that's when you need to rally the troops and go after her. On a fucking vote? Like, Tyrese Halliburton was voted most overrated, and then he went to the finals. Who cares? You know?
I need to see the athletic poll of the WNBA for most overrated player in the league. What do you think? What do you think the result would be?
I don't know, but I just there are
90%, 95% Caitlin Clark.
There are definitely pitchfork moments for Caitlin Clark that are like, yeah, you have to defend her. A vote that it basically should have just been a poll to every WNBA player. Do you like Caitlin Clark? Yes or no? And they would have voted no because they don't, because she gets all the attention and she's good for the league and she outshines everyone, even if she's only playing half the games.
The injury aspect is actually a valid point. That's a good point if you're going to go just by a sports breakdown of it. But yeah, there's the difference between the fan vote and the player vote was crazy. It was crazy to see, but again, let's not burn out all of our emotion.
That's what I'm
defending Caitlin Clark right now. There's going to be play. Listen, you got to rest up for the playoffs. Okay.
She also, if she was not in the All-Star game, I'd be like, pitchforks, do it. She's the captain of the All-Star team. This was totally irrelevant. It was a completely irrelevant vote that just doesn't matter.
Right. I don't even get mad at the hard fouls because I also like Sophie Cunningham coming to her defense and like knocking people out. That's also good for the league.
Yeah, agree. Well, that is. Yeah. Did you see Sophie Cunningham take a shot at Detroit? That was a little weird.
What'd you say?
She was just like, players don't want, like, why didn't you make it Miami? Players don't want to play in Detroit. It was like, okay, I don't know. Detroit's kind of back in terms of sports.
And now we're going to
Haas mode.
That's going to be on a quote card right before they play against Detroit, a playoff series at some point.
Yeah.
Also, the other team was Philly, and those teams aren't coming till 2030.
Okay. So, yeah. Oh, Philly's the other team, not Nashville.
Yeah.
She said Nashville. She was like, why didn't you put one in Nashville? Why didn't you? Yeah. She's basically like, why don't you put them in party cities? I don't know. Cleveland
I get it.
And Detroit love their sports.
How successful do you think a WNBA franchise would be in Miami? Probably not that. They can barely get out of bed to watch their Stanley Cup champion Panthers.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Detroit won like 3 WNBA championships, right? Can you fact check that? Like 3 or 4? Weren't they a dynasty?
What was the name?
Bill Laimbeer the coach? Am I making all of this up?
I think Bill Laimbeer was the coach.
Lisa Leslie.
Yeah. No.
But Bill Laimbeer, I remember the NBA when they would do the All-Star game and it would be like the WNBA player
Yeah.
with the NBA team.
So there's history there. There's big history there. Detroit's back. Scooble. Did you guys watch Scooble on Sunday night?
Yeah, it was lights out.
What a fucking hoss.
Detroit
What a
shock.
hoss. What a hoss.
3-time WNBA champions.
There you go. I know my WNBA history.
203, 206, 208.
No one's ever said it like that.
206, 203.
Why did you say it? All right, PFT, what's your hot seat cool throwing?
My hot seat is Shedeur Sanders.
Yes.
So the quarterback room in Cleveland right now is Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Dylan Gabriel, Shedeur, and everyone's kind of looking for Joe Flacco to take on some sort of mentorship position, some sort of leadership role for the young guys. I think Joe Flacco is more concerned about just winning a starting job and keeping his career going. But lucky for Shedeur Sanders, he found a mentor in Cleveland that's taking him, quote, under his wing. Do you know who that person is?
I do.
It is Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson has stepped up
Nice.
to show the young guy the ropes. That's a bad phrase. I should not have used that phrase. He's taken him under his wing to kind of, introduce him to the NFL and what it's like to be a pro, show him the meaning of being a true professional. So shout out to Shedeur. Got a good mentor there. Good luck.
Mm-hmm. Good luck.
I don't know if this is like a contractual obligation where they're like, hey, Deshaun, I know you're not really playing right now, but if you could kind of hang out with the young guys and lead by example.
You think this is maybe a situation like Who Saved Who? Like an old person getting a pet?
Yeah, it could be.
Who Saved Who here?
It could be like that type of responsibility might be good for Deshaun.
Yeah,
also,
right.
if Shedeur is literally under his wing all the time, then he's not going to be getting jacked off in massage parlors because the beds aren't wide enough. So that's good.
Well, Shedeur.
But the bed's not wide enough for two at a time.
Shedeur could go skiing.
He could, yeah. Shedeur could be the Lucky Pierre in between Deshaun Watson and Joe Flacco, just going to town.
Joe, I'll tell you this: I've shaken Joe Flacco's hand. I would not want a hand job from him.
No,
guy's got fucking monster hands.
No, he's meant to beat off in cold weather. That's why the Steelers and the Ravens wanted him out of college.
If Joe Flacco gives you a hand job, you just be like, "Whoops, I broke it."
Yeah, this guy's got hands that could jack off a Clevelander.
Oh, we gotta tell Joe that we had this conversation when we see him maybe in Tahoe.
I mean, shake his hand. Shake his hand. Tell me if that could make you come. The answer is no.
Mount Rushmore of people you would least like to get a hand job from. He's Andre the Giant,
Greg Abbott.
Greg Abbott. No, not Greg Abbott.
Jason Pierre-Paul.
Wait, who's Greg Abbott?
The pitcher.
No, that's the politician, isn't it?
Oh, Jim Abbott.
Jim Abbott. Yeah.
Also, Greg Abbott.
Greg Abbott as well.
Well, he's probably got some strong arms.
Yeah, the guy, that Indian dude with the like 100-year fingernails.
Yep. Yeah, the ones that curl around.
That would suck. That would really suck. All right, your cool throw.
My cool one is the U.S. men's national team, the lads. Boys, we're in the semifinals now of the CONCACAF Gold Cup. Hank is locked in. I know you watched that PK shootout against Costa Rica. The good news is we got a goalie now. His name's Freeze. He's the ice wall.
Oh,
ooh,
that plays.
Yeah, the goalie's name is Freeze, and he was awesome in PKs. He was a beast. What I didn't realize though is, once we got rid of Greg, because we were a Greg out podcast, we got Greg fired. Mm-hmm. There's another Berhalter. His son is on the team, but his son is on the team because I think he just made the team, not through nepotism.
Oh, shit.
But he also missed a penalty kick. He Baggio'd a penalty kick, top left, and skied it. So I don't know. Maybe we might be all Berhalters out now.
Was Greg there?
Greg was in the stands, like upper deck. They had him sitting like in the 400 row. And he was watching his son take the penalty kick, and they got the whole reaction. Tough moment for a dad and a family to watch at the same time. But listen, I think Greg Berhalter, way better human being than a soccer coach.
Yeah,
So
I would agree.
So he was in the stands for that. So that means that we beat Costa Rica. We're playing Guatemala in the semifinals tonight. Tonight, Hank. Lock the fuck in.
Who are the other two teams? Who are the other two teams?
Mexico and some team that's going to lose to Mexico. So what's going to happen? Is this your first CONCACAF Gold Cup, Hank? What's going to happen is
not willingly.
You're not consenting to this?
No.
Yeah. Let me break it down for you, Hank. Here's how the CONCACAF Gold Cup works. All right. The U.S. is going to play against Mexico in the finals. We're going to beat Mexico in the finals, and we're all going to be like, U.S. soccer's back. We're good. And then we're going to blow it again in the next tournament that we play.
We're automatically in the World Cup. Who cares?
Agreed.
It's the pageantry and the spectacle of the Gold Cup, Hank.
Got it.
In Saudi Arabia's in this?
So, yeah, they're a famed CONCACAF member. I think Qatar was in it last time, too.
Yeah, we just let anyone in it. Just hanging
out. If the bag's big enough, yeah.
Yeah. All right. My hot seat. I also had Shedeur Sanders. I'll pivot. It's myself. We're not doing a Fire Fest this week. Reminder: we don't have a show Friday on 4th of July. This is an extra long show, so if you have to work Friday, save dingers only for yourself. We have 2 great interviews coming up: Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly in studio, and then Joey Chestnut. So extra long show. And then we'll be back 3 times a week, obviously, on Monday. But my my hot seat is me. I went to dinner with my wife last night, and there was a couple fans. There was like a table of like young kids that were like asked me for a picture, and I was like, oh, that's cool. And then there was this table with this guy with his big beard and older, and he like was like, what's up? Love your podcast. Like, oh, that's sick. And I mentioned to my wife, I was like, look at me, like, we're doing the young kids, we're doing the old guys. And she's like, that guy is the exact same age as you. And I had like the moment where I was like, fuck, he totally is. Because he had a beard. I was just like, and I had one of those moments where it's like, oh yeah, I forgot I'm 40. Like he looked exactly the same age.
That's great.
Like, I got the old guys, I got the young guys. So yeah,
we are old.
Yeah,
we're
old. We're old. Yeah, like I'll see like another guy came and he had like 2 little kids and he was like big fan. I was like, oh man, like look at this. I'm getting the older generation. I was like, wait, those kids are the exact same age as my kids. Fuck. What the hell? Yeah, go ahead.
Anybody older than Hank is old.
Yeah.
That's the way to look at it.
Yeah. And then my cool throne is dude's named Ryan, because this happened a few days ago. I think it happened last week, but ESPN had an article about it. Did you guys see the Ryan's Day Out in Colorado? It was pretty fucking awesome. So the Rockies have 3 Ryans on the roster. I think they actually have a 4th who's on IL. And there's a group of Ryans who just like do meetups around the country, and they tried to break the record for most Ryans at a baseball game. There was like 500 Ryans out in the bleachers, and then Ryan McMahon on the Rockies hit a home run for him. And it was just like such a dude's rock moment where they just basically go around. They did a St. Ryan's Day in Boston. They did another random Ryans outing. They just get all the Ryans and they all just meet up.
I like that. That is very cool. Do you think that you said the Rockies have 4 Ryans?
They have 3 currently on the roster.
One is on the IL.
Yeah.
Do you think if 2 of the other Ryans go on the IL, they'll send Tom Hanks there to pull the last one out and save him?
Yeah, they have to. No, they'll send Ryan Day. They'll send Ryan Day out there. But yeah, it was, I mean, I don't know. It's pretty cool. Like, yeah, world's kind of a cynical place. These people are just hanging out, and they actually have, when you go, you have to show your ID to confirm that you're a Ryan. By the way, our guy, Rosillo, not invited. It has to be RYAN. And they also have like,
rightfully so.
They have like a notary public guy there who can legally change your name to Ryan if you want to join.
Oh, if you want to just be part of the festivities. Yeah. I like that. But also, there should be somebody that monitors the Ryans to make sure that they all go by Ryan.
Yeah,
because Ryan is probably a pretty commonly skipped first name for people that just go by their middle name.
That's true. They had a St. Ryan's Day in Boston. They had a Ryan Rodeo in Austin. They had an all Ryans game show in San Diego. They just party with just Ryans. It's fucking awesome.
I like that.
Yeah. All right, Zach, finish us off before we get to our interviews.
I do have a cool throne for you guys this week. My cool throne is
hot seat.
Oh, we can go hot seat first. Yep, we can do that. So my hot seat this week is recently, gentlemen, we all played Dungeons and Dragons. It did come out in the last couple of days. I did see that in the moment while we were playing together, I did not realize just how indecisive I may have been in some of the decisions. Going back and watching the game film, and I would like to say, Hank, I do want to apologize for contributing to messing up your birthday.
It's okay. Zach.
It was
Don't worry about it. It's not your fault.
I didn't realize just how bad some of that went, and I just want you to know, Hank, I'm sorry, and I hope it was a great birthday after that, man.
It was a great birthday, and I don't want you to worry about it for a second. It was funny.
And I do have a hot seat as well. I
did think Big Al was paying you to do that at one point, but that's all right.
Yeah, Hank was so mad at me.
There was no hand-to-hand transactions on that. That was just a misstep.
Zach, in terms of like watching the YouTube and seeing how the costume shopping went for Dungeons and Dragons, any decisions you would have made a little bit differently there, or are you happy the way things turned out?
Most of them. You guys didn't have full costumes. That's 100% on me. I dropped the ball.
It's okay. We played Dungeons and Dragons. By the way, thank you for everyone who listens to that episode. Shout out Tim Woods. We play it twice a year around our vacations. And so you'll have another chance. Sometime in February, you'll have another chance.
On the costumes?
Yes, on the costumes.
I would love a redemption costume if that's okay with you.
Can we keep the time limit?
No. The time limit starts tomorrow.
Yeah, same costume shop, right? Is that cool?
Yes, I think we stick to. He gets an hour. He's got to get it done in an hour. He's got to get it done in an hour.
I think we also should, next Dungeons and Dragons, we should get one of those sand timers for Zach.
Yes, that's great. We walk in, we get an hour sand timer, and once it starts, that's it.
But also in the game too, when we make him make a decision, you just flip it and just be like, "All right, Zach, here we go."
I'm going to become hyper aware of time. I promise, gentlemen.
No, I don't want you to change.
Okay, I think that too. I can work on that.
PFT, you bounced out for a second. Zach decided that he was going to work on being more decisive. Then I told him don't change, and he's going to also work on that.
Okay, which one are you going to work on first?
The decisiveness. I'm gonna lock that in for you guys.
That was really decisive.
I don't want you to change.
Yeah, you're right. No, I got that wrong. The timing stuff. Yes.
Good answer.
Yes. That was a brain fart. Yeah.
No, that was good.
Which one are you going to work on first? Yes. Okay. Your cool throne.
I do have a cool throne for you guys. My cool throne this week goes out to the gentlemen at Optic Texas. They defeated the Vancouver Surge, or CDO. They are Call of Duty World Champions in Call of Duty Black Ops 6. Shout out to those guys. Mercury's first ever in history, back-to-back champions. I'm not even an Optic guy, but you can't deny greatness. That's so awesome. Mercury's coming up. They did some roster cuts earlier in the season. They weren't doing too good. Kenny got dropped. They picked up Mercury's, did some shifting around. He wins MVP. Shout out to the young guy. Everybody just frying. It was fantastic. Huck, Shotzi, Dashy, all the boys. Congratulations.
Mercury's
back-to-back. Never been done.
Is Mercury's next? Is he's the new GOAT?
He's good. I wouldn't say new GOAT. He's got a long way to go, but he was a great contributor to the team.
Jack, didn't he get dropped from the Stallions?
It is a little bit of a redemption. Yes.
Wait,
great ball knowledge there, Hank. Fantastic.
They get him off the street.
No, he's getting dropped and picked up, but now he's with the boys. Now he's with the hitters. Hex picked him up. Daddy Hex said, "Look, come over to the green wall. We're going to show you how to do it right." And they might just do it again next year.
You just said. Wait, Mercury's that like to murk someone is to kill him, so that's an incredible nickname, right?
Oh, it's an awesome matchup. Hercules, Mercury's fantastic. It's 10.
Okay, yeah, that's a great nickname. Wait, Zach, did you watch it live?
I didn't. I wasn't able to catch all of it, but I've watched all the clips since then. Yes.
Okay.
Zach, I got a question for you. In this Call of Duty tournament, are all the players like in relatively good shape?
Champs. This is a Super Bowl, PFT.
I know,
let's just call it a tournament. Let's just call it a regular tournament.
Okay, all right. World Championship. Are all the players in really good shape?
Mentally or physically?
Physically. Like, are there any big boys that are playing?
There's some big boys at the desk.
Hank is like, yeah, for sure. Because like in my day, that's how you identified a gamer. Usually had a little heft to him. And from what I've been seeing with the advent of speed and ADHD medication, it feels like all the guys are like real thin. And I would like to see some of the bigger boys coming back.
I think the heftiness isn't going anywhere anytime soon, but maybe some of these guys maybe dial back on the Ritalin a little bit, maybe get some more carbs in them and be all right.
They're all short.
They're all
little
short?
guys.
That's pretty cool.
They're all like 5.
Posture's not the best, but those fast twitch muscles, immaculate.
Is there a tall fat guy that we could call Kendrick Merkins?
That'd be good.
Not on Optic, but I can find you the tallest fat guy they got in the CDL right now.
Okay.
Oh,
do that for
PFT,
you.
I had a short king stat for you. Fuck.
That's weird because I'm not that short, actually.
No, you're not, but I had a stat for you, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, I'm going to save this. Fuck. I don't think I have it, but I have it. Here it is. Jose Altuve, 242 career home runs. Every other player listed 5'6" or shorter since integration, 241 home runs.
So he's lapped the crew.
He's literally the pound for pound greatest.
He stands head and shoulders above the crew.
Yeah. Everyone
Good for
else
him.
combined, 241. He had 242.
Good for him.
Pretty sick. Okay, let's get to our interviews. Merrill Kelly, Zach Gallen, Joey Chestnut, and then our Dingers Only draft, which I'll just say it, never our best work, but still, it's baseball season.
It was actually way better than last year's.
Yeah,
last
we called some of the players too.
Yeah, we got some of the players on the phone, and also last year we drafted a lot more players that had already been taken, and we drafted a lot more players that were already injured, like on the disabled list.
Right.
So I'd say, like, in terms of getting it right, for the most part, I'd say we hit like 80%.
Yeah, and also Zach realizing his decisiveness might be an issue. We did tape this last week before he realized that, so might still be an issue in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
And as of right now, we're all live. So all the teams are live. I've been watching my guys being pissed off every time they hit a home run, being like, save it.
Yep.
But it's officially live, and we'll update it every single week. Okay, let's get to the interviews. Okay, before we get to our interview with Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly in studio, I want to talk to you guys about one of the biggest fights coming up on Netflix with two of the most dynamic and fierce female athletes in the world facing off. All eyes are on Katie Taylor seeking ultimate glory, while Amanda Serrano is fighting for redemption and revenge. Stakes have never been higher for women's sports as we await for one of the most highly anticipated rivalries to unfold and first ever women's boxing trilogy fight. Who will win? Well, the fight is accessible globally and included as part of your Netflix subscription. No expensive pay-per-view fees. I've actually seen both of these women fight in person. They will not disappoint. This is going to be all action from start to finish. It's giving the big cat guarantee that this fight is going to be worth it. And guess what? If you're like me, you already have Netflix. You already use Netflix all the time. You have this fight ready to go with just a click of a button. So sit down, watch Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano Friday, July 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live on Netflix. And I'm telling you, this fight is going to deliver. We're also brought to you by our friends at Chevy. You grind all year, early mornings, late nights, fantasy drafts, hustle mode on. But when summer hits, it's time to chill, and Chevy Silverado makes that possible. We're talking towing the boat to the lake, off-roading into the woods like a legend, and still having room for the squad and all your gear. Inside, Silverado's comfy like a recliner. Outside, built like a linebacker. Chevy Silverado, work hard, chill harder, football guy approved. We know this firsthand. We've been able to drive the Chevy Silverado a bunch of our trips. It's super comfortable inside, and it can get the job done. Long road trips, hauling stuff, moving stuff, boats, everything. Chevy Silverado. So head to Chevy.com to check out more about the Chevy Silverado today. Chill harder with the Chevy Silverado. The best truck in the world. If you're thinking about being a truck person, Chevy Silverado, tell them Big Cat sent you with the Chevy Silverado. Okay, here they are, Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly. Okay, we now welcome on two very special guests from the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's Zach Gallen, Merrill Kelly, best friends. Let's start there. I was reading that you guys are best friends. Are you both saying that the other one's your best friend?
Yeah, sure. I would say so.
Of course.
Merrill said that a lot faster than you, Zach.
Well, I didn't want to talk over him.
Okay, yeah, that's best.
That's a best friend trait.
Yeah,
it's like you don't want to talk over.
Are we talking best friends on the team or best friends in life?
Let's talk best friends in life.
I mean, I feel like we both have circles outside of baseball.
Yeah.
We can't trump, but
on the team for sure.
Best friends on the team.
Yeah.
We've been together. We've been together longest. We both have been here since 2019. So
Okay.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if we played the newlywed game right now, you guys would be really good at it?
That's a good question.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Good question.
If it was the
Give it a
baseball, like a baseball version of that, I think we'd be all right.
All right. So what?
Or golf.
Or golf. Yeah.
What's Merrill's favorite pitch, Zach?
Change it.
Okay. What's Zach's favorite pitch?
Curveball.
Okay.
Is that right?
Sounds like you guys are good so far.
What's Zach's favorite movie?
Ooh, Zach's favorite movie. Yeah, that one would probably stump me.
I don't even know if I know the answer to my favorite movie.
That's
Okay.
perfect. You guys are in sync.
Yeah, there you go.
Merrill, who's the guy that absolutely owns Zach?
In the league?
Yeah.
I don't know. If you get this, it would be impressive, actually.
Oh. So it's someone we're not thinking of.
Yeah.
I'll give you a hint. They're not active. That's the thing.
Oh,
They're not ever. They retired.
Is it some guy on the Savannah Bananas?
Yeah. I might
Johnny
hang them
Damon.
up if that was the case. I don't know if they're retired, but they're just not in the majors anymore.
Got it.
We used to play them a lot.
In division?
Yeah.
Charlie Blackman.
No.
Who is it?
Rymel Tapia.
Oh,
and what was the
yeah,
reason
I should have
for it?
known that.
Rymel
killed us for a while.
Tapia, I think last time I faced him was 2023 maybe in Milwaukee, and I swear to you, I think it was like he's hitting 600 off me, like 12 for like 20, like whatever that math comes out to be, 10 for 19, and I'm like, oh, at least I never gave up a home run to him. Gave up a home run to him that day. So
But what is
Well,
that?
that guy
Is it-
killed us, bro.
Is
That
it in
guy-
your head, or is it something he just figured out?
I think it's just something that he does. Like he just
10 for 18 with a home run and 2 RBIs and 19 plate appearances
Yeah.
against Gallen.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
pretty damn good.
And if you do the AI overview says Rymel Tapia has had considerable success against Zach Gallen in their
considerable. Considerable is an understatement,
Yeah.
I think, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I'm like, here comes this fucking
All right,
guy
so who
again.
owns?
well, I would imagine if you looked up his numbers against the Diamondbacks in general, they'd probably
They'd probably
Yeah.
really good. Yeah.
who owns Merrill?
We were just talking about this. Fuck. We were just talking about this.
someone who's still in the big leagues.
I know we just played him too, right? Give me
You can guess. You can guess the team. The team should be pretty obvious.
you just said it. You're like, I don't understand. I'm drawing a blank.
No, you're thinking of the guy that I think shouldn't beat me that does all the time.
Oh, who's
The guy-
that?
But the guy who owns me is different than that guy.
Wait, who should?
It's, you know,
Now you're gonna
Who's
make
the
me
first one?
Now you're gonna make me
That's-
put
that's
this guy
better.
on blast. Now you're gonna make me put this guy on blast.
Yeah.
He says,
Who is
yeah. Jacob Stallings.
Okay.
Catcher.
That's right. Stallings. I don't know. I can't think
He's
of
been in
who
the league for a while. I
And
mean,
so when
he's a
he
good
gets you,
player.
you're like, this is
I'm like,
bullshit.
gosh, damn it, this guy got me again. Every single time I watch him, I'm like, there's no way this guy's getting a hit off me. And every single time he does, he'll drop one in for a 2 RBI blooper over the second baseman's head, knock me out of the game sometimes. But
Yeah. All right. So who's the answer to who owns you?
I can't think of who it is.
LA,
Freddie? Mookie?
close. Freddie probably does too, but Muncie.
Monty.
Oh.
Muncie.
I wouldn't have guessed
We
that.
went on a family vacation with my wife's family, and her uncle's pretty funny. He puts together like these gift bags for everybody, but in there's like a dark joke for everyone, right? Like, and he literally hand typed a letter from Max Muncy to me and the Dodgers, thanking me for my services against the Dodgers. But I think Muncy's probably hitting, I would guess, 500 off me, something like that.
Okay. And Merrill, what Barstool Sports employee has the most unhealthy obsession with Zach?
That's a good question.
Do you know Zach?
Yeah, we know.
I'm not the one
There's-
to ask about that. to be
There's
honest with you.
a few teammates that would get this right. I don't know that he would know this. though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
So
don't think I'm.
But there's a
I
handful
don't
of
think I'm
guys
a
that would
close enough
right off
watcher
the
to know
bat
that.
would be like, I know exactly who you're talking
And,
about.
and who's that guy?
That'd be Rico.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So this is a real topic we have to talk about because Zach, I obviously was busting your balls when we were walking in, being like, "Oh, I'd love to see you in a Cubs uniform." I won't push any rumors, but you are in a contract year, so it's got to be in your head a little bit. Do you think if Scott Boras walks in and is like, "Hey Zach, we're ready to get a new contract, but this guy Rico, he's bringing us down," and teams are going to see this relationship, and they're going to be like, you know what, the price went down. I mean, you have to cut him loose because he does. It is bad for you how much he rides for you, and he turtles when you have a bad game.
Does he really?
Yes, that was the big.
Well, I respect that at least. I mean,
He's just so ride or die.
He's so ride or die.
I don't
You
think
know
that
he would kill. He would literally murder you for Nate Oates. So you don't mean anything in the grand scheme.
In the grand scheme of it, yeah, this is a good point. And I never thought that I would be over Nate Oates, so I'm fine with that.
Okay.
So I don't think he actually rides as hard for you as you think that he does. I think that this season he's kind of gotten off because
He's definitely gotten off.
Yeah, so
because I'm probably losing him money this year, so we're being frank about it.
Well, first start of the year, March 27th, Happy Gallen Day to all who celebrate.
Yeah.
That's what he posted. Then your next start, Happy Gallen Day to all who celebrate. Your next start, Happy Gallen Day to all who celebrate. He hasn't done that since April 7th.
Oh no.
Well, I haven't pitched good since April 7th, so that's probably why. He's probably like, I'm losing money every time this guy's out here.
No more Happy Gallen Day.
But to be fair, he was at least riding for whatever it was. So
Yeah, it was a long time, and we love Rico.
I
We got to
blame
bust his ball, but I think it was the NLCS where I think game 1 where you got touched up a little.
Yeah, in Philly.
And then he went silent, and then when you guys won game 3, he went after Max, and it was like, dude, where were you game 1? He does that. He goes silent on Twitter when things don't go his way.
And then game 7 went good too.
Yeah, are you guys? I mean that.
Did Max
even that
turtle
comeback
on game 7?
I mean, that was an all-time meltdown.
He
for
looked
Max.
ridiculous.
You guys, I've heard you talk about Merrill because you grew up a little bit in the area, but like Max was just convinced that the bank was gonna win that series. He was like, they can't go and win 2 at the bank. There's no way.
Because we're pitching against the crowd.
Yeah. That is how he thinks. He's
I think it actually would have been easier to pitch against the crowd if we're being honest.
Some guys that are yelling at us, we bring them down into the box and see how it goes.
I don't know, dude. He was the Matt Stairs of the CAA baseball, Hofstra. So he could probably take one off you guys.
Maybe we should make that happen.
We should make that happen.
But you
bring you Eric Sim out, and we'll make a whole thing out of it.
He does have to pitch against a college lineup at some point.
Yeah,
because he lost our fantasy baseball league last year. Do you have any advice for him? Pitcher to pitcher, how should he approach that lineup?
What lineup are you facing? Who are you facing?
We don't know yet because Max keeps putting the punishment off.
It was supposed to be Tennessee, and then we had a couple.
Tennessee.
And then we had a couple rainouts, and then I broke my foot on whatever. We don't have to get into how I broke my foot.
He broke his foot being drunk.
Okay. Just walking home.
That sounds a little intentional. That sounds like you're trying to get out.
No, I mean, maybe.
Do you have any pitching background?
No.
No.
We got a radar gun out. I think I was topping out at like 62 at the moment.
That might actually be good for you.
I know that's
below the
what,
hitting speed.
That's what Scooble said.
If you threw like 85, I'd be like,
they would
you might want to wear a helmet.
85.
Come on. PFT did it against UIC baseball. Only give up 2 earned runs?
2 earned runs asterisks. I balked a lot.
Yeah,
I had like 4 balls.
How many innings?
2 innings.
2 innings. Okay.
Struck a guy out. Big Cat threw out the strikeout at first base.
I dropped the 3rd strike, but still threw him out at first.
So it's like we both got a strikeout.
Yeah.
Which is the stupidest rule in baseball of all time.
I love it.
It's so stupid.
Really? You think that's
you swing at a pitch
that's that bad?
That is that bad. And then just because the ball like bounced away, you get to go to first base.
Yeah. You gotta catch it.
Like
a participation trophy is what I thought. I mean, if you think about it.
Yeah, like I literally made you swing at a pitch that didn't even make it to the plate. But it was that bad, and you get to run to first base.
It still counts as a K though for you.
Yeah,
if we get them, yeah.
Yeah, so you could think about it this way: you could get unlimited Ks in a game.
that is a good.
You think about it the positive way.
I've made that joke to the catcher
out,
before. I'm like, you just wanted me to get another strikeout, right? That's why you missed that one.
4 punches in an inning.
When you guys so Zach, was it when did you have your 13 strikeout game against the Yankees? Was it last year? No,
this year.
It was this year.
Yeah, in April.
Did you?
I was probably right after that guy stopped. Right before that guy stopped tweeting.
Yeah, Rico.
Yeah.
When do you know when you have it like that on a given day, or how fast during the game are you like, oh shit, it's different today?
Yes and no. I mean, there's been games where I go back. There was a game against the Dodgers where in the bullpen I felt like shit. I'm like, well, let's just see what's gonna happen today, and then wound up punching out like 12 or 13 that day. So like you don't really know until the game's going on. And in that Yankees game, I didn't know that I had 13 Ks. Like stuff was just moving how I wanted it to. They were swinging at pitches that I wanted them to, so it kind of worked out. But I'd say like probably by like the third inning, you're like, okay, like everything's kind of working how I want it to. Like you've been through the lineup like one time. You're like, all right, I got a pretty good idea of what's going on.
Do you think the rec specs help you? Because you do look like a nerd, and like guys don't take you as seriously.
It's like an opposite intimidation.
Yeah,
thing.
right.
Yeah.
No way can this nerd strike me out.
Yeah, that's probably how I was
Especially when
thinking.
you had the long hair.
Yeah, the long hair. Yeah, it's yeah, the astigmatism. That's that's what I'm chalking it up to.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe it's a reverse kind of intimidation thing.
Yeah.
Have you guys noticed the stitches on the ball being any different this year?
I just talked about this the other day. The drag. You seen that?
Yeah, I
The
don't.
drag set for
Well, you
I-
guys have to say you don't notice it.
I haven't.
Consider-
I honestly
Helps
haven't
you,
noticed
yeah,
it. Yeah,
right.
I honestly haven't noticed it. To be honest,
I've given up some far home runs this year, so I must be using different balls. They must just have the ones specifically for when I'm pitching, and then the other low drag ones.
I mean, I will say the last couple of years, I mean, I'll get balls back that are exit velo like 73 miles an hour, and the whole half of it is just dented. Like the whole half is just lopsided when you get it back.
Huh.
And balls that aren't even like scorched, it'll be like a little jam shot pop up, and I'll get it back, and the whole half will just be like cut off.
The other thing I'm interested in with it, like how they prepare the balls is the mud that gets put on them. So do you have like a specific way that you guys like to have your balls handled?
We actually give our bullpen catchers a lot of shit for this because they're the ones in charge of rubbing our balls up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Some days they don't rub our balls that good.
Yeah, and some days they're a little dry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we tell them to get a little bit
Spit
more
on it.
moisture on the balls.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a little bit better. But
I like that. Yeah.
yeah, if you pull one out and it's a little chalky, it's like,
Come on.
come on, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take some more time rubbing those balls, please.
What that mouth do? Wait, so Merrill, you were I think you're the only pitcher to pitch in the World Series and the Korean World Series. Is that correct?
I think I saw that somewhere.
That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, it was fun. Both of
So,
them were fun.
what was it like pitching in Korea?
Awesome.
Like,
Loved it.
is it just the same game? Like, is it the talent level?
Pretty much. Yeah, the talent level was getting there. When I was there, it was still to be desired a little bit. Like there were guys that could play in the big leagues all the way to guys that probably wouldn't even sniff the field on my junior college team.
Really?
And anywhere in between that. The game pretty much is the same, right? Once you get in between the white lines, it's the same. There's a smoke break after the fifth inning. They do a fifth inning break rather than a seventh inning break. Because obviously Koreans just pound cigarettes.
Yeah.
So the fifth inning break is funny. All the starters will come off and they'll go pound their cigarette, and all the bench guys and the relievers will go out in the field and stretch and run around and warm up and stuff, and then we'll come back out and resume the game.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
And you were on the wyverns, right?
Yeah.
Do you know
yeah.
what is a wyvern?
It's like a mythical dragon.
Yeah.
Is
So
the best way to describe it, I think.
we play Dungeons and Dragons a couple times a year. And
A couple times a year.
Yeah.
Just whenever you're feeling frisky.
we
or
do it
what?
on the
fun.
show. Yeah.
Okay.
And our dungeon master, Tim Woods, is obsessed with wyverns. He
Okay.
thinks that the wyvern is actually the purest form of the dragon. Something to do with like the wings and the legs.
You think he's
Okay.
an SK fan or what?
Maybe we need to get him a SK jersey.
Get him
I don't know
some
if they make
merch.
them anymore. They sold. It's a different team now, but
So when you're playing in Korea and you're going up against a guy that you said like probably wouldn't even play junior college ball, do you have to like lock yourself in more when you're facing that guy because you're like I can't let up a hit to this guy that sucks?
honestly, I just try to throw it right down the middle and want them to hit it because
Yeah.
they're pesky over there. They'll just foul shit off until they die. So I would rather just, here's a first pitch fastball. If you hit it the best you can, it might make it to the outfielder.
Mhm.
And otherwise it's going to just bloop into somebody's glove. So I'm just going to give you a first pitch heater and hopefully move on.
Yeah.
And then focus back on the guys that
Like
can
facing the
actually
pitcher?
play. Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Do you guys miss batting? Were you still?
No.
No.
Batting was the best for
No,
pitchers.
batting was
Oh,
terrible.
so
worst.
awesome.
Worst. It was the
No,
worst.
but home runs like by a pitcher was so
Cool.
So cool.
Yeah. It was the only time that the pitcher hitting was good was they'd come up with like bases loaded, one out, and like a big spot, and you're like, oh, thank God, I can either get a strikeout here or a double play, unless you're facing like the couple of guys that could hit. But for the most part, like my dad used to get, he would be like, swing the bat. I'm like, Dad, they don't pay me any more or less if I'm getting hit.
I remember you and
all I
Bum-
could do is get hurt. That's all I could do.
I remember you and Bum got into it that one day at BP.
Yeah.
Because that's his argument. Like, they don't pay me to hit. And,
Mhm.
you know, Mad Bum was a good hitter. He liked to hit homers. So he, like, really took pride in it. So the fact that he said that, like, really offended him.
He got mad at you?
Yeah, he got mad because
He's
this
like,
was
no,
when,
they
like,
literally
this,
do pay you to hit.
this is when they were like negotiating between the DH or no DH, whatever they were doing, and I just was like, all you can do out there is get hurt. Like I just saw the total downside of it, and I like was a decent hitter. I could bunt, so like I was fine. It was just more of like seems like an occupational hazard that can
And
be
you did.
taken
You ended
away.
up breaking your arm.
Yeah, and I broke,
It's on
and then
bunt.
I had a hairline fracture in my elbow. So
Wait, from bunting?
Yeah.
from taking BP in the cage. Like one of the first weeks in like spring training, I was just like, this doesn't feel right. They couldn't figure out what it was, and then finally got an MRI, and they were like, you have a tiny hairline fracture in your elbow.
Shit.
So you're never going to take BP again.
I haven't. I took it that year because we were hitting, but like I had to bunt the first like 2 months of that season because they didn't want me to swing. It was like it was a whole thing.
Wait,
Hitting sucked.
Was Bumgarner like? Was he actually pissed? Because that's a guy you don't want to have pissed at you.
I'm not sure. I think he was,
was
like
upset.
I think he was like
upset.
60-40.
He
Like,
was upset.
I think he was trying to give me like the young guy, like rookie, like kind of hazing type of deal, but also was like, I want to keep hitting.
Yeah.
type of
Yeah,
deal.
he was upset.
So,
He loved it.
What is the rookie hazing in Major League Baseball? I feel like it's just like wear a weird costume.
Yeah,
we don't even do that.
Yeah, nowadays it's nothing really.
Yeah.
Damn,
How society's gone, it's like,
it's gone.
yeah, you can't really do that much anymore.
Like the last probably thing is like bring beers on the bus, would you say?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's real. That's
every
real
once in a
brutal.
while.
And even that doesn't even. Yeah, exactly. That's
Every once in a while, somebody might get up there and sing. We might, have somebody get up there and tell their life story and sing. But even there's a couple guys that don't really like that either. So it doesn't really much.
Yeah.
There's not really much of that goes on anymore. At least in our organization. That's the only organization I've been with. So I can't speak for other teams. I don't know what they do, but as far as we go, there's not really much.
You should just have Rico come on the road with you and be like, the hazing is you have to stay in a room with him. He sleep talks. He like screams in his sleep.
Night
Really?
terrors.
Yeah, he has night
I've seen
terrors.
some of that from Survivor.
Yeah,
Bars.
yeah.
That would be awesome.
It's
It's just like you're with
wild.
Rico.
About what are the night terrors?
He
Who
screams.
knows?
So he sleeps with the lights on. He screams in the middle of the night, and he plays show tunes on his speakerphone.
Yeah.
at full
That's not
volume.
real. There's
Yeah.
no way.
Dead
Yeah,
That's
serious.
how he
Yeah,
sleeps
yeah.
every night.
He falls asleep
Yeah.
to show tunes.
Show
Just
tunes,
show
yeah.
tunes. Yeah, the Rent soundtrack.
Yeah.
I had to share a room with him for a couple nights, and I couldn't believe any of
The
it. was
Rent
You get a sleep
soundtrack is
mask?
so random.
Yeah,
too.
no, I didn't have a sleep mask on or anything. It was just like this can't be real.
Just
Like,
raw dogging. Like people raw dog flights, you were just raw dogging sleep.
I was raw dogging Rico. Yeah, I had to raw dog Rico. And trying to fall asleep in that environment is
miserable.
It's challenging. It's like you can't believe that this is a real human being. That's no wonder he's fucking crazy. And I love him, but he's nuts because he stays up all night screaming and listening to show tunes.
Now, does Rico know the Rent soundtrack like by heart?
Probably.
I don't know. It's probably absorbed into his brain.
Yeah.
Right?
From-
Like what is it? Osmosis? Like,
Yeah.
Just kind of.
He probably
Seats
like
in there.
if like he went to see Rent and like the the lead got sick, he could like jump on and just be like, I got this.
I got it. I'm good. I got. I'll handle it.
Wait, Merrill, in Korea, did you ever get to see the bunting derby?
I was a part of it.
You were part of it.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
to
I'm
me.
sure
That's
there's some YouTube out there somewhere. I don't know, but
MLB needs to incorporate the bunt derby into the All Star.
you think so? You think
Yeah,
that
so-
would draw a crowd?
I love watching it. Yeah. So what was that like? What did they have you do doing that?
It was cool because I flew my brother over. My brother came over for the All-Star game, so he's the one that actually threw to me. But yeah, they just have these 3 targets set up, one to the left side, one to the, like down the first base side, and then one right in the middle. And you just like it sounds, you just bunt and you try to get it in the target as
Yeah.
much as you can.
How'd you do?
I did all right. I didn't win. My brother was a little amped up, was firing him in there a little too hard. He was a little excited. And then we do it, and then we watch the next guys come up, and like they're literally just like lobbing these balls in there, and these guys are just like
Softly tapping it,
placing them in there. I'm like,
Yeah.
we didn't talk strategy before that. I guess.
They got to bring that to Major League Baseball.
It used to be
The
in
bunting
AAA.
derby.
Oh yeah.
In the AAA All-Star game, they would do it. In 18, I was in it.
Really?
And I was like, this is like,
Yeah, it was.
to your point, like the BP was coming in too fast. I'm like, you can't stop this ball.
No.
It doesn't. Yeah.
I mean, I just think it would be the most electric thing to gamble on.
Yeah, I could see
right?
that.
It'd be
I could
fun.
definitely see that.
It'd be
Very
so
fun.
Because then you're trying to look up stats of like, all right, is this guy actually a good bunter in like the games?
Yeah.
You take that into the bunting derby. Yeah.
Every time you make contact, like I'm watching to see where the ball is going to land, you have a good like 5-6 second rush of adrenaline watching on TV, being like, oh, that's going to fuck. It'd be great.
Yeah. How much of your guys' success as pitchers do you owe to Dan Herron? And is it all?
Why do you laugh at that?
No, I was just I was surprised it took this long to get it.
Yeah, I mean,
to get a Dan Herron
we
question.
give him all the credit. You tell me if that's wrong, but he is a genius.
Yeah, I talked to Dan a lot.
What does he do actually? Because I actually don't like in real honesty, I don't think he does anything.
He writes up all of our scouting reports.
Okay.
So
Like
all the
starting
starting
pitcher.
pitcher scouting reports,
Yeah.
Dan is the one behind.
About the other lineup.
Yes.
And he's really good at that.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
He's an awesome dude.
Mhm.
He's the best.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hall of
Yeah,
Famer.
he puts good reports together. Sometimes too good.
What does that mean?
Like there's so much information on there that like, yeah. I'm like, Dan, how'd you find this number?
Yeah.
Like, and then I got to go look at it and be like, damn, I don't know how he found that number.
Does he come out like every now and then and like actually like talk to you guys about pitching? Because I know he still lives in California. So
Yeah, he was just in.
Yeah, he
where
was just
were
with
we?
us
Colorado.
in Colorado.
Yeah.
Does he give you like tips? Because Dan's career is like fascinating because he was such a stud and then obviously got hurt with his back, but then continued to be in the MLB
Reinvent
for
himself.
a really long time. Yeah, where he
Yeah.
basically pitched 2 different ways.
Yeah.
So he kind of knows everything about pitching. It would seem like.
Yeah, the cool thing about Dan is that he always is like, he never wants to make it about him. He's like, I'm not going to talk about like what I did.
Yeah.
But like, if you got questions, he'll try and answer them.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool because people who play a long time could be like, me, I did this, I did that, and it's like he's like, do your thing. If you need questions, like I'll answer questions if you want me to.
Yeah,
We give
that's
him
why
all
we
the
give him a
credit.
lot of credit.
All the credit,
because
yeah.
we know
All
it makes
the
him
credit.
uncomfortable.
All the credit.
He's not that type of guy.
He's not that type of guy at all.
So we like to really
No.
give him a
Give him
lot of credit.
Yeah.
So much credit.
Yeah.
You guys should give him a lot of credit just to make him uncomfortable.
We do give him a lot of credit.
Like you wouldn't be here without Dan
Should we
Harris.
text
No.
him right now?
Yeah,
Be like,
text
"I
him.
give
Yeah.
you so much credit.
Yeah. Like,
Just
hey,
wanna
I
say-
haven't said it in a while. I love you, man.
Just want to say thank you for all you've done for me.
He'll get uncomfortable.
Yeah, he'll definitely get uncomfortable.
Ask him how his pug's doing too.
I'll say
He's got a cool pug.
Merrill,
R.I.P. Bernie,
myself,
right?
Yeah.
and the PMT boys give you so much credit.
It's so much. He's gonna hate listening to this because he just gets so. He does
he
not
doesn't want any of it.
He
He
does
doesn't
not
want
that
any
credit.
of it. He stays in the shadows.
Okay, quick break from Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly to talk to you guys about Friday, July 11th. Netflix and Most Valuable Promotions brings you 2 of the fiercest female athletes on the planet. One ring, one final chapter. Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano's last fight on Netflix was the most watched women's sporting event in history. And this is the 3rd fight in the historic trilogy. There's nothing like a boxing trilogy. Katie Taylor is chasing ultimate glory. Amanda Serrano is fighting for redemption and revenge. I'm telling you right now, you need to be sitting on your couch on Friday, July 11th and watching this fight because it will not disappoint. Watch Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano Friday, July 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live on Netflix. If you already have a Netflix subscription, guess what? You already have this fight. So there's no reason not to be watching because it's going to be that good. I'm telling you, it's giving the Big Cat guarantee. If you don't like it, you can complain to me on Twitter. This is going to deliver. This is going to be an incredible fight. Katie Taylor going up against Amanda Serrano for the trilogy on Netflix Friday, July 11th at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live on Netflix. Okay, let's get back to Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly. Merrill,
He'll expect because I told him we were coming. So
Yeah.
he's like, I know something's gonna come out of this.
well, I asked him, I was like, hey, if you got any good questions for Merrill or Zach, let me know. They're coming in. And he just hearted the message. I was like, thanks, Dan. Fucking thanks for nothing.
he was
dude.
looking
Yeah,
out
that's
for us.
about-
Yeah.
If I was a starting pitcher,
He
you would
wasn't
give
gonna
me
throw
a
us under
full
the bus.
report, but he didn't
Yeah.
give me shit.
No, good for him.
See, I respect
Nice job,
that because
Dan.
I've gone on
Yeah.
other podcasts where like they've been like, we know you eat this for breakfast, and I'm like, who is your
Yeah.
source?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
who's
Who are you
your
talking
like,
to?
Yeah.
You call your dad. It's a dad. What's
Yeah.
going on?
The source was actually kind of a like out of the blue. Like I was like, wow, really?
Oh, like there was actually.
yeah.
Wait, Mary,
Wait,
what does he eat for
Yeah,
breakfast?
I saw him at Kith the other day in Toronto eating French toast. So
Oh, that's kind of heavy.
Yeah, I got a French. Yeah.
What do you eat for breakfast?
No, that like most of the time it's like either French toast, I like chicken and waffles, or eggs Benedict. Are like my
Most of
three.
the time, a French toast is kind of crazy. So that is worth a question. Being like,
It's
what
a
do you
little
have
heavy.
for
No, I wouldn't
breakfast?
say-
French toast?
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, every time.
Most of the time is eggs Benedict. That's what I go with. That's my go-to.
Just
But
feel like
yeah.
I start every day with French toast.
Yeah, no.
That is a crazy
Yeah.
move.
Admittedly, I'm
trying
not
to
even a
teach
breakfast
kids that if you want to
person.
pitch in the big leagues, eat
Yeah,
French
eat French
toast every
toast.
day.
Yeah,
Wait,
just
do-
eat like
Eggs
shit.
Benedict
You'll
though
be
is the
good.
theme though. It's my favorite too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
do you
Best
eat
friends.
differently on days that you start?
Not really. Like I try to keep it the same, like which is not the same every day. Like
Mix
just
it
eat
up.
breakfast, go about my day. Like
Just try to keep
French
your body
toast.
off balance a little bit.
Yeah, keep it on its toes. Like, make sure
Do you lose track of what day of the week it is?
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
All the time.
I would imagine that would be something that would be different about baseball players.
Yeah. I mean, we're in our third city in a week and a half, third time zone in a week and a half.
Yeah.
Everywhere.
You don't know. Yeah, you don't know what days. You know what day you're pitching, and then after that, it's like, I don't know.
You kind of know by like what time the game is. You're like, all right, it's a day game. It's probably Sunday or Wednesday or Thursday. Anything else? Flip a coin, and it ends in Y. We know it ends in Y. Like, yeah.
What's your favorite day of like the 5-day? Like starting and then what's the day? Because I always, this is very sad and pathetic that like I'm not motivated, but I always daydream of being a pitcher the day after I had a start because I feel like that would rock. Just being like walking around the dugout, being like, "All right, boys, I took care of business yesterday. Up to you."
That's if you took care of business.
Yeah, if you took care of business. Yeah. Well, in my dream, I'm always taking care of business.
Yes. Yeah. They call those dig me days.
Okay.
Or spa days.
Your spa day.
Some people call them spa days.
Oh, like look at me, like dig me day. I was like, I got to pro ball. I'm like, what is that? And they explain it to me.
But it's got to feel good, right? Even if you're not trying to look for it, like being like, I had a gem, or I pitched great deep into the game, and then the next day you just kind of can chill.
Yeah, there's definitely something to be said knowing that you just pitched really well and walking into the stadium the next day, knowing that there's absolutely zero way that you're going to contribute to that game.
Right.
Other than cheering on the boys and, doing whatever in the dugout, like there's no way that I'm going to enter the field of play today.
Yeah, it's got to be great. Just
it's a good
like
feeling.
a little mini vacation that you're on.
Yeah.
Do you guys get butterflies when you have to pitch?
Yeah, I would say so. Not as much as when I was younger, but they're still there.
It's more like an anxious, like, let's go, let's play. Like the game, sometimes I'm like, I wish this game would start.
So you must love
especially
pitch
if you
clock.
wait 5 days.
Do you like pitch clock or no? Oh no.
Yes, and as a fan watching the game, yes. When I'm pitching in the game, there's times that I would love for the game to slow down a little bit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like sometimes you're out there and you're just like, it's 5 seconds already.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
I feel like you just turned around and it's 3 seconds you have to throw the ball.
But to your point, you're watching the game and it's over in 2 hours and 30 minutes. You're
Fantastic.
like, this is
nice.
the greatest invention of all time.
Yeah. Pretty nice.
I thought I was going to hate it, but I don't mind it.
How do we feel about the robot umps?
Tough question I feel like for us to answer because we haven't experienced them yet.
Yeah.
The guys in AAA have done the whole ABS system and they've seen what it does. I like the idea of the challenge system a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it kind of brings everything together. It's like, because in my opinion, the pitches that are missed throughout the game, right? Like if you miss a pitch in the first inning, like is that really going to make a difference in the ninth? But I go back to the World Series, that strike 3 that Moreno got called out on that was this far off the plate. If he taps his head right there, it's ball 4, he's going to first and the game changes in a big way. So I think the ABS is a little bit much. I don't know how you make that consistent over 30 stadiums.
Yeah.
But I like the idea of the challenge system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about pitching on short rest? You guys both done it? Is it brutal?
I don't know if I've ever done it. I don't know if I've ever done it.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done it.
Because that's one of those things where from a fan's perspective, I'm like, yeah, why not just go pitch on short rest? Like, just fucking suck it up, dude.
Yeah, go out there and just blow your arm out.
I would do it.
Yeah,
I'd pitch on short rest.
Take a couple anti-inflams and just run out there.
But when does your
I've never
arm
done it.
start to feel good again? Does it take the full 4 days off?
Probably depends on the guy.
Yeah.
In theory, you probably could, like, most guys could probably pitch on short rest, like one day. But over a period of the season, like the compounding factor, it would be like a problem, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could do it. Like, I mean, you see guys do it in the playoffs all the time.
Yeah.
You get the adrenaline boost. Like, it works out.
Yeah.
But probably not the safest way to go about.
Yeah.
How sore are you after a game? Let's say you go 8 innings. How sore are you when you wake up the next day?
Pretty sore for the most part. Except like if we're in Colorado, you're like extra sore just from like the elevation, the lack of oxygen, all that stuff. So like you get super sore. I would say I get sore on day 2 for me. That's when I'm like day 1, I'm like, all right, like my body's sore. Like I feel like I pitched 8 innings, but like my arm is sore on day 2, like trying to play catch and move. And you get that delayed onset or whatever.
There's something called DOMS. It's like delayed onset muscle soreness.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know about that. Yeah. Where's your least favorite place to pitch? Not Colorado, not taking out Colorado because that's an easy answer. Obviously in division for you guys. But maybe it's like time of day too, shadows or whatever. But what's the place you're like, man, this sucks?
Wrigley when the wind's blowing out.
Yeah, that one is not fair. Yeah, we were just talking before the game that you guys played against the Cubs this year, where I think it was 16 runs in an inning and a half. Where it's just you guys aren't even. Are you like what's even your strategy in that?
Try to keep it on the ground.
Yeah.
Throw some sinkers.
Throw a sinker for the first time.
Some sinkers and
Yeah.
changeups and cutters and try to get them to hit it on the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not good for me because for me, I induce pop-ups, fly balls, like whatever. So I'm like, this is a tough day
Everything's
today.
going. Yeah. Is there another one though that you're like, oh, this is a tough place to pitch, or it's like so batter
because
friendly?
of the
Yeah.
Well,
I got another one.
I'm gonna do a 2-part. Is it because of the team that you face in that stadium, or is it the stadium itself? Like, this place just sucks pitching in.
Give me both.
For me, I love pitching in the LA stadium, but I get absolutely shellacked there, so I don't like pitching there because the Dodgers just light me up.
Yeah,
But,
the lineup's not fun to pitch against.
Yeah. But the atmosphere is probably my favorite place to play in the league. They're either there or Petco.
Yeah.
Cincinnati's tough.
Yep, that's what I was going to say.
Cincinnati's pretty brutal.
Ball flies out there.
Ball flies in the mound.
It's
I know
flat.
they're supposed to have regulations on how high the mound is, but whatever they're doing, they're cheating for sure.
What do you mean?
It's way lower.
That mound is so flat.
Oh,
It's
shit.
So flat.
We have to look into that.
Look into
That's crazy.
Like our mound at home feels like a mountain compared to Cincinnati.
And you can notice right away when you stand on it.
You can
see
notice it from
Yeah,
in
you
the
can just
dugout.
looking at it.
You're like, that's a flat. That mound is flat.
Why would they do that?
My guess is
tell you.
like maybe
Like their pitchers are like, this sucks. I have to pitch here all the time.
Well, if you think about like they could then try to acquire the pitchers that like pitch best on that type of mound, like sinker ballers or whatever it is that works on that mound.
Yeah.
They'd be like, all right, we're gonna stick with these guys because it benefits them. But
It's
a
really worked out for 'em.
disadvantage. Yeah.
That's crazy. What's the highest mound?
I don't know. I feel like ours is pretty big.
Ours is pretty big. I feel like is San Francisco kind of high?
San Francisco.
I didn't even thought
Denver's
about
not.
this.
Denver's
Miami's
not.
high. I think
Miami's pretty
Miami's
high.
a high mound. Yeah.
Yeah, because it is supposed to be all the same, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would think.
But I don't know that there's a rule on the angle of the slope. Like
Got
it
it.
just has to be like whatever it is,
Like a
10
certain
inches
height.
high. But I don't know that it says like, okay, well then where you land has to be 4 inches high.
Right,
Like,
right.
I don't know if there's a rule with that.
Yeah, you were right. 10
Right,
inches. I
just
didn't
put
know that.
10
Did you know that off the top of your head, or
I
you just
can't
throw that
see.
out
And
but
I
they
knew
can
that
make
off the top
it
of
10
my head.
inches and then just have it be like 10 inches across. So
Instead
it's-
of-
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
Have you
Instead
guys
of
been
coming down.
operating with this thing the whole time?
Yeah, oh yeah.
No
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah.
We got Max back there. Yeah, I noticed you didn't say the bank.
What about the
Don't-
They're like
Yeah,
what
not,
about
not,
the
not,
bank?
not a tough place to play.
Yeah.
It's definitely. I mean, it's that those games in the playoffs were the most hostile
Yeah.
sporting event that I've ever been a part of, hands
Mhm.
down, for sure. But I don't know. It also makes it fun for us. You know, it's like that's
Feed off it.
like COVID. One of the reasons why playing in COVID sucks so much is because it was silent. You know, it's
Yeah.
like you could pump in the crowd noise and you see cardboard cutouts in the stands and it's just quiet. Like
Yeah.
for us, baseball's fun with fans. I mean, that's the
When
whole
it's-
reason. That's one of the reasons
Yeah.
why we play. You know,
Yeah.
it's like
When
so.
it's that loud, it's like white noise. Like you don't
Yeah.
really hear it at that point. As
Yeah.
opposed to, like I played in New Orleans where there was like 30 people at each game and you'd hear that like one idiot like in the corner being like boss, and you're like that's way worse than just like 45,000
Yeah.
people just screaming the whole time.
Because whether they're screaming for you or against you, at least it's like it brings energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun.
What was it like, Merrill, being called the worst pitcher in the league by your own coach? He actually said that?
Yeah, he said, I'm not going to lie to you. He said, since the All-Star break, you are the worst statistical starting pitcher in the big leagues.
You should have reversed it. You've been like, well, you're the worst coach for putting me out there every 5 days. Like, you moron.
Yeah, and then my ass would have for sure been in the bullpen. I was trying to avoid the bullpen at all costs. I literally went to Asia to avoid the bullpen. I wasn't going to try to do it here.
Wait, you didn't like the bullpen that much?
I mean, that's yes and no.
What-
My role in Tampa was like what's called a swingman.
Yeah.
So like I was a long relief, and then if somebody got hurt, I would start, and then when that guy came back, it didn't matter how good I did. I could be the best starter for 6 straight starts in the rotation. But if that guy came back, I was the guy that went back to the bullpen.
That'd be frustrating.
and
yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't fun. That 9-game stretch was probably the lowest point of my career.
Yeah.
I couldn't get past. If I made it to the 5th inning, it was a miracle.
So how did you get out of that?
Honestly, my back was just against the wall. I didn't really have a choice. It was like I tried some different mechanical stuff, and I started doing like a Felix Hernandez turn and just started letting the ball absolutely fly, and it worked. Stuff started ticking up. The velo ticked up. Stuff started moving again. And then once I got a couple games after that under my belt, then the confidence started coming back, and after that it kind of just took off.
Bullpen pitchers, that's got to be just a complete mind fuck, not being able to prepare like the same way every single time, not knowing if you're going to get into the game. How do you manage that? I understand it sucks, and that's why you're like, fuck it, I'll go pitch in Korea.
Yeah, I hated it.
But like, what's that like day to day?
I mean, one of the reasons I like starting is what you said. Like, I know what day I am pitching. I know what days I have to do, but that's how my brain works. Some guys don't like that. Some guys can't handle knowing when they're pitching. Some guys, they work way better in the bullpen because it's just, they turn their brain off, and then once the phone rings and their name calls, then they turn it back on. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a different mentality just because you're never... Unless, for me, I was a long guy. If I threw 3 innings or 4 innings in a game, I knew the next couple of days I was down. But for normal bullpen guys, like, they're pretty much on call every single day.
Yeah.
So the thought of not being able to turn your brain off is different than, like I said, that day one, it's like I know 100% I'm not getting in the game. For those guys, they never have that feeling, and that's I didn't enjoy that.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the best hitter on your team? You got some all-stars coming up.
Yeah.
You got to get some guys in the all-star game.
Yeah, I think... For sure, my guess would be Ketel.
I think Ketel's leading second base voting right now.
Yeah.
Corbin's probably up there too.
Gino,
and then Perdomo, and even Naylor. Sneaky like Naylor's having a good year.
Yeah,
like
having a really good year.
8-something OPS.
Yeah, 300.
Yeah. So I mean, our offense is so good. It's like it's honestly incredible.
Yeah. Dude, it's been our strength. If you guys, in my opinion, our best overall hitter is it's in my mind got to be Ketel.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's an absolute beast.
Switch hitter, hits for power, hits for average.
Did he talk to his bat? Was that clip?
Yeah.
It was. He does talk to his bat, right? What does he say to his bat?
I couldn't tell you.
It's in Spanish.
Yeah.
Is he like, well, tell me this. Is he angry at his bat, or is he like happy with his
I think
bat?
in that clip he was probably angry with his bat. I think he was telling him to pick it up.
Talking to his bat?
I can't remember when it was.
There was a clip,
They got a clip of him sitting there talking to it.
He was like having a full conversation with his bat.
Yeah.
Did the bat talk
Marty's
back?
hilarious.
I don't know. But I saw it and I was just like, oh shit. Seems like the bat did something here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marty's funny. Marty's got all kinds of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I read that you guys had was it officially a players only meeting?
Yeah.
What happened? What happens in a players only meeting?
Well, for starters, it's players only.
Well, pretend we're players.
Yeah, I'm
all right. We're in here.
Dude,
it's just us.
Yeah, we struck out UIC.
Yeah.
You struck out USC?
UIC.
Oh, they said USC.
Yeah.
I don't talk in the meeting. I'm not a very vocal leader. I'm just like,
Oh, you snitch?
yeah, I'm a snitch. I just dry snitch on it. I run right to Tori, and I'm like, listen, Tori,
he's
this
got
is
his
what they said
recording out
about
on the
you.
back. He's got his phone. It's more just like it's basically try to nip whatever's going on in the bud. Like, right, if anybody's got something to say it now. If you got something against, if you don't like what a teammate's doing, if you don't like what the manager's doing, if you don't like whatever you don't like or whatever you think is going on at that time, it's just a come to Jesus meeting and try to figure it out. Most of the time it doesn't always work. You know, it's like it's kind of a thing that we just feel like, I feel like it gets to the point where you feel like you have to do something.
Right.
Somebody needs to say something because it's just gotten to the point where it's just that bad. But yeah, it's just kind of like air it out. If you got something to say it, pick your shit up and let's go.
All right. Very important question. If Dan Herron was in town,
he would not be running that meeting.
Would you invite him to the players only meeting?
No.
What if he was like, please guys?
He wouldn't.
He would never.
What if he did?
He would not want to be. He would not want to be a part of that.
If he was just like, please guys, I want to feel like a player again for 1 second.
Probably not, honestly.
Okay. Yeah.
I can imagine like maybe 10% of the time a players only meeting works really well, and the other 90% it just turns into like just an argument.
Yeah.
Honestly, not.
No,
because the players only meeting happens and it's like, all right, a veteran calls the meeting, and then it's like that veteran who calls it talks, and then there's probably like 2 or 3 other veterans that talk, and then always the question is, if any young guys want to say anything, get up and say something, and then no one says
says
anything.
no one says
So it's like,
Unless it's Perdomo.
like, so it's one of those things of just like, all right, let's talk about this, I guess. I don't know. But it's not
it's a weird thing.
It is a weird thing.
Zach, is it true when you were 5 years old, you refused to play T-ball so that you could play Little League?
Yeah. I didn't want to play T-ball.
So you just like, I'm not doing this?
Said nah.
Well, I just thought it was like, okay, well, so my brother's a few years older than me, so I kind of knew like the lay of the land of how it worked, and I was like, every game ends in a tie. Everyone gets like $1 at the snap. I'm like, that it sounds terrible to me. And my dad coached the 7, 8, 9-year-old team, so I was like, why would I go play T-ball when I could go play real baseball?
That's
Right.
so funny. That was you at 5.
Yeah.
It fits perfect.
I'm like, I want no part of
That's
T-ball.
so fun.
I'm not a
That's
baby.
so funny.
What?
Yeah,
Exactly. Even though I was like this tall, and like the grass was taller than me in right field. It was
Did your brother play baseball, like continue playing baseball?
Yeah, my brother played all the way up until college, through college, and then he was a good player. He was just undersized.
Yeah.
So like if Dustin Pedroia would have came a few years earlier, maybe he would have had a little different career. But
That's good.
Yeah, the undersized guy wasn't getting any love then.
Yeah.
So wait, you're 5 years old and you start playing with 7-year-olds?
Yeah, 7, 8, 9.
How were you? Like you were facing off against 9-year-olds as a 5-year-old.
Yeah, I didn't get a hit the first when I was 5. Like I didn't get a hit. Like I was just up there
The entire year.
the entire year. Like, and the funny part is
all the 9-year-olds are saying there's no way I'm
Yeah.
getting a fucking hit
they
to
were
this
like,
guy.
look at this guy. Like there's no chance.
I would have drilled you if you're like a 5-year-old and I'm 9.
So, like,
who is this fucking guy?
Exactly.
He's
Yeah, I'm just
wear
gonna
one.
drill this kid. Yeah, I had to wear like I forget if it was like 5 and 6 or whatever. You had to wear like a vest, like if you got hit with a ball, like because like you could stop your heart or whatever.
Yeah.
Wear that with like the face mask, like batting helmet. It was tough, but I never got a hit. So I'd come back to the dugout and be like upset, like cry, like because I want to be good.
Mhm.
So I get to 6. And I struck out at 6, and like the first at bat, I came back, and my dad was like, "No more fucking crying. Like we're not doing that shit anymore." And I was like, "All right." And then I got a hit, and I was like, "All right, all is well. It's good." So yeah, but yeah, he was like, "We're not doing that shit anymore."
That's
So,
awesome.
Dan Hare needs to include that in your write-ups. Like, hey, no more fucking crying out.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember 5.
I can see your dad
Zach.
saying that too. I
he
can
didn't
just
actually
picture-
curse, but he was
Yeah.
like, "We're not doing that anymore." Like
Yeah.
that was 5-year-old stuff. This is 6-year-old. This is big. This is big league stuff.
See, I
now.
could have seen him. I could have seen him cussing at you. I could have seen
Yeah.
him saying,
No,
Fuck that.
but it was good, and yeah, they made my dad draft me like in the town draft. My dad was like,
Yeah.
"Let me just give him a uniform. I'm gonna put him in right field. Like he's gonna play like once every other game."
Yeah.
And the commissioner was our next door neighbor. He was like, He's like, "You got to draft him." My dad's like, "I got to draft a 5-year-old in the league." Like, and my dad gives my brother credit. He's like, "Listen." He's like, you got to take him in like the 3rd round or whatever. He's like, take him in the 3rd round. He's like, because next year you're going to have to take him in the 1st round. He's like, so if you take him in the 3rd this year, you'll get your 1st round pick next year too.
Yeah.
So my brother GM'd it and it worked out. Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I love that.
I think that's fair, though.
GM in Little League
Yeah,
Baseball.
GM, yeah.
I think that's fair to
That's
make your dad
incredible.
draft you. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, if you
not
want him
gonna-
to play at 5, if you don't
Yeah.
want to play T-ball, you got to do what you got to do.
yeah, this 5-year-old's not going to be somebody else's problem. You have to take
You have to
Yeah.
take him. Yeah, it's your problem.
Right.
Imagine if I got drafted by somebody else. Like
That's
somebody
what I'm
else's
saying.
dad was like, no, I won't.
I want the 5-year-old.
Give me the 5-year-old. Yeah. Well, this has been awesome, guys. I got one last question. Rowback question, rhoback.com. Promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts, rowback.com. Promo code TAKE. I pitch this to every pitcher, but Ephus. Come on. Just once.
Honestly, so I think about just like when position players go out there and pitch,
Yeah.
and they
They get
get
everybody
out. Like
Yeah.
sometimes when I'm like getting hit, I'm
Kike
like,
Hernandez, the best pitcher in the league.
maybe I should just throw an Ephus up there. Like,
It would screw them up. You
Yeah.
know they would be like, what the hell was that?
Maybe I'll mix a palm ball in there from time
yeah,
to time.
you actually have one that's like a real pitch. I would be throwing like
Yeah.
Rookie of the year.
rookie of the year. Like
Yeah, just float it in. Are you
Yeah.
guys? Do you guys get pissed when someone pimps a home run?
nah.
Not so much anymore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You just got to pimp a strikeout back at him.
Yeah.
If it's directed like at you, like
Then, yeah,
there's
sure.
some
He
sort
stares
of like,
at you?
yeah, something like that. But like if you want to do a cartwheel like around third base, like whatever, like cool, like it's just the game now.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to the rookie stuff. Like that stuff is acceptable now. It's not
Yeah.
like, oh, you watched it for a half a second too long. Now I'm going to drill the next guy in the head. Like that just doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah.
You sound upset about that, though. I'd be upset about that if I was a pitcher.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love it, but I mean, what are you going to do? You know?
Yeah. Don't give up the home run.
Don't give up the home run.
Have you guys been kicked out of games before?
I've gotten tossed twice.
What'd you do?
Yelled at, and both of them were the same way. It was a check swing. Happened this year. Check swing, no call, walk.
I forgot you got tossed this year.
Check swing, and it was like a blatant swing. Like, and it was last.
Check swings, by the way, we agree the umps are just guessing.
Yeah, they're not paying. They're not paying attention. They're not paying attention.
That's
There's no
total
way.
guess.
Because this swing was like almost. If he hit it, it would have been a double.
Yeah.
So no call. Last Diaz at first base, and no call. Next pitch, walk him. And I think I got taken out of the game after that. And I just turned around and told him it was.
As you were walking off?
As I was. And the 2 times I've gotten thrown out in my career actually are funny. It's because I've been leaving the game. So it's like, all right, cool, buddy. Like, I'm literally fucking walking to the clubhouse right now, and you're going to toss me. It's like, what does that do?
You should just make that your thing.
That's the good thing about being a pitcher. Is that, like, you're out and you're like, oh, I'm just gonna get tossed.
Yeah,
Like,
you should make that your thing. Every time you get pulled from a game,
Just
you get
yell at
kicked
the
out.
umpire for no reason. Start chirping at him.
Did you get fined for the last one?
I don't know, honestly. I have no idea. I think it comes out of the check. I think it's like $500, something like that.
Yeah, there's been times on check swings I've seen the umpire like they're just like looking in the stands.
Yeah.
It's like, no,
Yeah, they're not
They're
like
always
attention.
guessing.
the game's over
Yeah.
here.
Because some of the calls they miss, it's like, dude, I don't know how you didn't see that. It was right in front of you. You have one job in that moment.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be looking right at it, and you missed it.
By the way, I didn't mention this, but Merrill, do you know that you're the only Merrill in MLB history? Which is kind of crazy.
I didn't.
I feel like 100 years ago there had to be Merrills just walking everywhere.
Yeah, right.
You know? And you're actually, Zach, you're the second Zach spelled Z-A-C.
See?
There was one before me.
Yeah, there was. Hold on, I'll find it
That's
for you.
crazy.
Yeah.
We got a Zach of our own that's ZAC here.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I thought ZAC was just like very uncommon,
It is.
but there's more people now that I've with ZAC.
Do people think that your name is Zach Allen a lot?
What's funny about that is that there was the guy that plays for the Broncos now,
Yeah.
Zach Allen.
Yeah.
My
Zach-
dad's watching a game back when he was with the
Zach
Cardinals, and he's
Mm-hmm.
like, Zach Allen with the sack. And my dad was like, huh? Like, is he playing football now? Like, not realizing that there was another play. Like, so a little bit of a confusion there. But
Zach Curtis, who debuted for the
Oh,
Diamondbacks in 2016.
Oh, yeah,
he
played
hasn't
against
been
Zach
in
Curtis.
the league. His last appearance was in 2018.
when I was in AA, there was
Zach
a
Curtis, yeah.
bench clearing brawl that I think he was involved in at one point in time.
Zach on Zach crime?
I was not. I was on the yeah, but I think there was something that happened where like the bench is cleared for some reason. I do remember that name. Yeah, he
Yeah.
got called up from like high A. I
Yeah.
remember Zach. Yeah,
Do you guys have a move ready to go if somebody charges at you?
No.
you got to throw the glove. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first.
Disorient
Like,
them a little bit?
yeah, it's really.
Or just try to get the ball back as fast as possible and act like I'm going to throw to them.
We
Yeah.
gave
See what happens.
we gave Cal Raleigh the tip that like what catchers should start doing is just throw your leg out there and trip them. Because
Yeah.
if you get tripped and you fall on your face, you're not
You're not
No,
getting.
you're
you're
done.
so
Yeah, it's over.
embarrassed.
Yeah, it's
Like,
over.
You just kick their foot,
Yeah,
it's over.
Yeah.
So just tell your catchers to do that.
Yeah, just stick your foot out.
Yeah, right.
You ever
Like,
seen?
it's done.
You guys ever seen the video of the guy judo kicking the catcher in the chest before he ran
Yes,
out?
Yeah.
to the-
yes, yes.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
a good
pretty
one.
gnarly.
That's a
Yeah.
good one.
Have you guys been charged before?
No.
No. Yeah. I mean,
Most
You
of
would
the time I try
have
to.
fucked him up.
Most of the time I try to hit somebody, I miss. Honestly,
that's like the worst
it
thing.
sucks.
It's
It's
like,
way
oh, you
harder
gotta
than
hit-
it's way harder
It's
than
way
it looks.
harder than it looks.
Yeah.
Like intentionally trying to hit somebody.
Yeah.
It's just a terrible part of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing you can't do is just run. If you run, then it's bad.
Yeah.
You have to what the infielders tell you is like just give us enough time to get there.
Right.
Uh-huh.
So you
Just
like
kind of like hold them off.
so you got to throw the glove to like stun them a little bit, and then just if you want to get a punch in,
Throw
cool,
the
that's-
rosin bag at him.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rosbag,
like-
pick up some dirt,
Yeah.
throw it in their eyes.
Yeah.
Gladiator.
Just
style.
try not to get hurt. I think is like
Yeah,
the biggest thing.
basically.
Like, don't get hurt.
I think
Like,
the move is
like,
like
what's his name? Granke.
yeah,
broken
Granke
collarbone.
broke his collarbone.
That's
Yeah.
right.
You do like a little side step to the left, and then you swing after he runs a little bit past you, and then by that time the shortstop should be there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to
Or
wrap
the
him
first
up.
baseman.
Or just
Naylor. I
like
can see
Nolan
Naylor.
Ryan and just like
Yeah.
Put him in a headlock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ventura.
Beast.
Yeah, I can see Jay Naylor getting over there and tackling somebody
I
for
can
us
see
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks so much, boys. We appreciate it. It was awesome having you guys here, and best of luck rest of the season.
Appreciate
Thanks,
you
guys.
guys.
Yeah, it's fun.
Cool. And before we get to Joey Chestnut, it's brought to you by our great friends at Netflix. Big news, Friday, July 11th, Netflix and Most Valuable Promotions bring you the fight the world's been waiting for. Katie Taylor, the Bray Bomber, she's from Ireland, going up against Amanda Serrano, the real deal from Puerto Rico. We've seen the first two parts of this trilogy before. I'm going off the script right now because this is, whenever they get together, it's my favorite fight to watch of the year. An awesome fight, great matchup of styles between Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor. Katie is seeking the ultimate glory against Amanda Serrano, who is fighting for redemption. It's the final bout of their history-making trilogy. If you like watching people punch each other in the face, this fight is for you. Great matchup. I'm going to be watching it Friday, July 11th on Netflix. Katie Taylor versus Amanda Serrano, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, live on Netflix. Check it out. And now, here's our great friend, Joey Chestnut.
Okay, we now welcome on a very special guest, recurring guest, the greatest athlete of all time, which we have said for many years on this show. It is Joey Chestnut ahead of his return to the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest on 4th of July, Coney Island. Joey is back. So let's start with that, Joey. How good does it feel to be back? And are we feeling like this is going to be a special one? You got to prove, hey, whatever happened last year, there's an asterisk there. The king is back.
Oh yeah, it feels really good. It's last year things didn't go as I wanted, but we worked it out, and yeah, I'm hungry. This is what I love doing. It's 4th of July, hot dogs, competition.
Yeah, how did it feel last year not being a part of Nathan's? Did you feel like an absence? Did it feel unusual for you?
It was weird. Watching the guys eat, and like I told people I didn't watch, but I watched, and then I went off to do my own little event. But yeah, so it was weird watching them, and like, oh man, I could. That's life. Sometimes you're on the wrong side.
When you were watching it last year, did that make you hungrier?
Yeah. It made it easy. So last year I was at a military base, Fort Bliss in Texas, eating against some soldiers, where they were awesome, and it was the group of 5 versus me. I ended up almost beating beating what Pat did in 5 minutes.
Wow!
So it motivates you to see people when you're not there.
I have a question that you probably get a lot, but I'm genuinely curious how you break this down. How much further can you push yourself? How much further is within the realm of human possibility to go when it comes to eating hot dogs? Because every year I see you eat, and I'm like, well, he'll never beat that. That's insane. How do you approach that?
Yeah, the last record, 76 in 10 minutes, is a tough record to beat. It's going to be a hard one. It'll take perfect conditions, like not too hot, not too windy. If it's windy, the hot dogs get cold. But if you have enough warmth, like 78 degrees, 75, and then if it's kind of dry outside, the buns get stale. So you need to have like fast buns, warm dogs, and not too hot. Because, dude, I'm getting older. I'm a little bit fat. So I'm once I start sweating it really hard, I'm in trouble.
I like that the wind comes into play, like an under in football, where it's like, oh, they're not gonna be able to pass the ball today. The wind is gonna really dry out the buns, and we're gonna have problems, and they're gonna get cold.
Yeah, the wind, it affects. Everybody has special their water temperature that they like for drinking water, for dunking. This year, I'm thinking I did that event with Netflix last year when that was a no dunking event. And I learned that like towards the end of the contest, it's actually a little bit easier to not dunk. There's less movement involved. So I'm trying to plan it out. So I'll make the switch, because sometimes I slow down bad when I'm dunking.
Yeah. So you're tinkering. I like that. So what, like, you know how marathon runners, they'll, a couple weeks before they'll try to run 20 miles. What is the lead up? Like, what is there a lead up where a week before or 2 weeks before you're pushing yourself as hard as you can to see where you're at, or have you done that yet?
Oh yeah. Every 5th or 6th day I'm doing practices. And so I'm in the cycle, I call it. Before every practice, there's a cleanse. After every practice, there's a recovery period where it's super high fiber food, trying to get back to normal. And then there's one day of normal eating. Then there's the cleanse again. Then another practice. The last 2 practices, this is it's go time. It's close to breaking records. So it's I would have let I don't need to break the rest record necessarily in practice in the last 2 practices, but it would help. But there's been years where I smashed the record in my last practice and then didn't get the record in the finals. But we'll see. I'm feeling good.
So can you describe your ideal setup? Like if you were to plan the weather for a day or two leading up to the event and the event itself, what are the perfect conditions for slamming hot dogs?
Oh, perfect conditions. 75 degrees, a little bit of cloud cover. Not completely, but it's sunny. And then not windy and not too humid. Mm-hmm. A little humidity is good. But if it's too dry, the buns get stale real fast, and then and
maybe rains the night before, like a golf course, like soften the air up a little bit.
A little bit, yeah, soften the air up.
So you were talking about your training regimen. What's the most that you've ever eaten in training, like outside of competition?
Oh, outside. So what? Oh, for the 4th of July contest, I want to say it was. Geez, I think I hit up to 82 in practice one time, and that was just perfect. That's eating indoors, fresh, perfect hot dogs, and that's just not realistic. When 4th of July, everything's cooked ahead of time, everything's sitting for a little bit, and you got those outdoor conditions. So it's I've learned to actually I've been eating outside in Indiana, so it's hot right now.
Yeah,
and I'm last practice, I was sweating so bad. The numbers went down a lot, but I'm hoping I can. Yeah, I'll be all right.
All right, so we have this debate in football. Kurt Warner always says that football should be played in a dome in perfect conditions. Do you think that hot dogs eating should be an outdoor sport, or do you think it should go to dome and we should be playing this in a dome?
I think it's when there's history involved in Coney Island, it's got to keep it outside.
Yeah,
but I think for a lot of other events, like I did the Netflix event, that was indoors. They wanted a record, so they made fresh hot dogs and really fresh hot dogs indoors. We smashed. I did 83 that day, and they were a little bit smaller than on the 4th of July, so they're a different record, but. Indoors, you're seeing some massive numbers.
So when you get there on the 4th of July, are you even thinking about anyone else? Or are you just going against yourself? Because like it's crazy how much further you are than everyone else in terms of the hot dog eating. And like the winner last year had 58. I don't think you've had a 4th of July where you've been under 60, right? So or maybe like 10 years ago, 12 years ago, but are you even thinking about the competition, or you're just like, it's me versus myself?
Yeah, I think that's the best. Anybody in this kind of in this kind of competition, you need just really, you're going against yourself. If you worry about other people, you're not focusing on your training, your numbers that you've hit, the things. If I'm worried about what anybody else is doing, it's taking away from what I'm doing. So it's I'm really just trying to go back to good practices, and yeah, I'm not. If I'm doing okay, I should blow everybody else away.
Mm-hmm. Are you in your prime right now for eating?
Fuck. No, I mean, there's different primes. There's like my physical prime. Shit, that was probably that was like 35. I was a beast. I could get away with doing less practice. I could recover quickly. My body was just an animal, but I know my body's so much better now. It's ridiculous. I make a choice. If I like, all right, if I'm breaking my diet, I know when I'm gaining weight. I know what it takes to lose weight. And I also know, I know how to train muscles in my throat to make them stronger, so I can just keep swallowing the meat.
Yeah, it's like sports science at this point. Yeah, I hate to ask the question, but is retirement on the horizon anywhere for you right now?
I don't know. Retirement would be death. I'm doing this thing until the wheels fall off, baby.
Actually, no, you can, if you retire from eating, you do die. Yeah.
Well, either I'm, or somebody knocks me off, and if they knock me off once, they'll have to do it again because I'm going to come back. But it's to be the man, you got to beat the man, and I'm not gonna walk away.
Yeah. Well, this is I don't think I've ever asked you this, but is there one record or competition that you did that you can think of and be like, I would never do that again because it was so disgusting?
oh fuck, I did crab cakes in Delaware, and this casino, they did us dirty. They had them all sitting out there, and they were as soon as we got on stage, it was you could smell fish, and like people got sick during the contest. I got sick right after the contest. It was the closest I've ever been to getting disqualified, and it turned me off to the food for like 2 years. And so it's weird because like it was the grossest contest, but now that I'm eating crab cakes again, I was like, all right, I want to make a crab cake record. This is so I want it now.
Yeah. What? How many did you eat that day?
Oh, I did 39, and Sonia Thomas. This was like my first year in eating and competitive eating 20 years ago. So I did 39. I think she did 42 or 41.
Oh, wow.
There's nothing worse than eating, knowing you're going to get sick and not winning. It's just painful.
What about you ate 141 hard-boiled eggs in 8 minutes one time? That had to be gross.
No, it was actually really good. I like hard-boiled eggs. it was perfect weather, dude. So it was a weird. So like this weather, like it was perfect for this food. So they were like, we were in Kentucky, and it had this downpour. It was like raining on us, and all the hard-boiled eggs were like slippery, and like and they were sliding down. It was like, and it was like, and then I smelled like sulfur for 2 days.
Oh God!
Is there a record that you've attempted or a competition that you've done where the aftermath of it is especially bad? Like I'm talking about, the toilet situation afterwards. Is there one that was so gross that you're like, I'm not doing that again?
There's a couple that, like, I know going in, they're going to be rough. Like anything with bratwurst, man, they add extra fat in there, and it's running through you. You're not in control. It's there's accidents bound to happen.
It slides right out. What about a food that you've never competed with that you would like to try?
Oh, yeah. I want to go to Alaska, eat king crab.
Yeah.
They have the big ass legs, and they cut them in half with a saw, with like a circular saw. So I'd be rad to get it like $1,000, rack up $1,000 bill at a restaurant.
Yeah. They should put you on the deadliest catch. Like as a punishment, you have to go on one of the guys' ships, and then you eat the crab as they bring it in, so you deduct from their total points on the season.
Oh yeah,
that would rock.
So if you win on 4th of July, that would be your 17th title, which is incredible. Will it be the most gratifying one because of the 1-year ban last year, or is there one that you look back at and you're like, no, this one was the one that I always think about, like that was special?
Oh man, they're all special in the weird ways. Like it doesn't have to be records or just different parts of my life. Like the year I had the protester.
I was there. I was competing. Yeah.
Oh, that was your year with the
protester.
protester.
I got covered in fake blood.
With protesters.
Yeah.
Yeah. The first one was rad. Yeah, that was a long ass time ago.
Yeah. It was like 10 years. It was almost 10 years ago. Yeah.
They got you with paint.
Yeah, they got me with paint, and I was next to the guy who I can't remember who he was. He's like kind of a hippie guy. He only ate one dog. He said he was going
crazy like Connie?
Yeah, he said he was going back in time to the first Coney Island hot dog eating competition. He was going to eat one single dog.
Yeah, he's definitely a hippie.
Yeah, that was wild. Yeah, that one was crazy.
But yeah, there's some special ones. Like there's the first time I beat Kobayashi, or even the next time, or the overtime year. So it's weird. Like this is my 20th year going, so it's there's a lot of weird memories, a lot of history.
It's awesome. 20 years, 17. Hopefully, getting 17 this year is going to be special. I'm excited. It didn't feel like the 4th of July without you in it. I'll say that. I think we said it on the show, but it did not feel like I kind of canceled 4th of July in my mind last year.
The 4th of July is always going to go on, and I was eating hot dogs somewhere, but it is good to be back on Coney Island, and thank you so much. You guys are awesome.
Yeah. So a couple last questions. People don't know this, but like, how quickly after you finish the contest are you drinking beer? Because you go out that night.
A little bit late, yeah. Usually, my goal is to try to make it out right after fireworks. Sometimes I get out of the hotel room and the fireworks are still on. It's a good recovery. It depends on the year. Some years if it's super hot, then I'm not doing anything, but it takes longer to recover. But right around 10 p.m. I'm on a liquid diet, and things are. I'm trying to get there.
How many beers do you drink after eating 70 hot dogs?
I don't think we should say this.
No, you can say it. I mean, how are you having?
It's not going to make it. I end up time traveling. There was one time where I woke up and I was like, oh, yeah, I think I'm in the green room for the Today Show.
That's incredible.
There are a few haters out there of the entire sport of competitive eating. I don't like to give them the time of day. I don't like to give them any mental energy of mine. But do you have a case that you can make to any of the haters out there that might have in the past not watched the Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest? Do you have a case that you can make to be like, hey, this is actually a competitive environment. It's athletics. This is sports, and we're pushing our body to the fullest limit?
It's people. It's really easy to be negative. I can't think of offhand of anybody I've had a conversation with, but it's been a while. But there's people who are always going to be negative. They're going to say. I remember there's people who used to say golf wasn't a real sport, and there's people who just knocked WNBA for years and years, and now it's people eventually they eat their words, and while I'm still eating.
Yeah. All right. My last question is the Roback question. RHOBACK.com, promo code TAKE, 20% off your first purchase. Q-zips, polos, hoodies, joggers, shorts. Roback.com, promo code TAKE. So we were texting. I was going to try to get you up here for the first day that we opened our ice cream machine. So we have a full soft serve ice cream machine in the office. We're still going to do it. Man versus machine. How many ice creams do you think you can eat? Do you think you can put the machine out of business with the amount of ice cream you can eat?
I want to try. It depends. Like some ice cream machines, that it comes out super frozen and hard. Some of it's a little bit more.
Not ours. We're soupy.
Oh, a little bit soup. Oh, soup and cream. I like it. I would. I'm thinking close to 2 gallons worth. It'd be like, so I did an ice cream contest, and after the contest I was like shivering because I was so cold. Like it was like everything was cold. So I think close to 2 gallons would be in about 8 minutes. It'd be close to
Okay, maybe that's what we'll do. We'll fill the machine up with 2 gallons and be like, have at it.
I mean, it would be awesome if you broke the machine. Like this is John Henry. This is the story of John Henry against the steam powered driller. You could do this.
I wonder if does it slow down? Yeah, if I hit the
machine starts shaking. Yeah, that's when you know you've got it. Yeah, you've got it beat.
Oh man. Well, Joey, we're so pumped for you to have you back. Want to say a number you're going for? I mean, are you going for the record? Are we going to get a record?
I'm trying to hit that record. 77 would be perfect. The last anything above 70 is really, really, really tough. But yeah, if it's good conditions, I'll be feeling good.
Is there like a minute mark where we should look for you to be at a specific number to make 77 possible?
Oh man, should I say it? Yeah. If I'm at 50 hot dogs, in 5 minutes, that's almost a lock. That means I have 5 minutes left. All I have to do is average just over 5 hot dogs a minute, five and a half hot dogs a minute, and then I'm there.
Is 100 possible? Will we live to see 100 hot dogs?
Probably not by me, but yeah, I think competition. I'm a little bummed out. There's nobody pushing me.
Yeah,
that's the best way for me to get 77. Like last year when I did the contest against Kobayashi, we like, all right, I didn't know what he's capable of, so I was willing to really just go all out, no holding back, and not worried about, like, on the 4th of July. I'm a little bit worried, like if I have a bad burp, it might look like a barf. So especially towards the end, so I have to be really careful to make sure I don't have those burps.
Yep.
So it's 100 be up there. I like the most I've ever, like, even eating after the 10 minutes, the most I've ever gone up to is 90.
Okay, we're gonna push ourselves.
You eat after the 10 minutes? Like you're not full yet?
No, you have to. So I do the 10-minute practice, and then I take a breather, and then I start eating. I try to convince myself, all right, let's eat like you did in the beginning, and then so you have to practice eating fast while you're full. So then you convince yourself that you can do it again.
You're a beast.
That's you're a monster. Yeah.
You're an absolute beast.
I'm so glad that you're back on the 4th of July at Nathan's. We're all going to be rooting for you.
Yeah.
Let's set some records.
Yes. Greatest athlete of all time. Greatest athlete of all time. We'll be saying on 4th of July.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks so much, Joey.
Thanks, Joey. Joey Chestnut was brought to you by Morgan & Morgan. Have you ever stood at the top of a towering water slide with your heart pounding and asked yourself, what's the worst that could happen? One visitor found out the hard way. What was supposed to be a thrilling day at a popular Florida water attraction ended in a life-altering injury. While riding on one of the park's fastest slides, he was violently thrown from his tube, landing hard, suffering injuries that still affect him nearly 4 years later. That's when he turned to a law firm known for standing up to the biggest names in the business. The suit claims the slide's design, coupled with a lack of clear safety communication and oversight, created a hazardous environment, especially for guests outside certain body specifications. Now, this guest is living with permanent pain, scarring, and a drastically diminished quality of life, all from what was supposed to be a routine thrill ride. Because when safety isn't the top priority, fun can turn into something else entirely, and that's where Morgan & Morgan comes in. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm. They have over $25 billion recovered. They've been fighting for the people for over 35 years, helping over 500,000 clients get the compensation they deserve. Hiring the wrong firm can be disastrous. Hiring the right firm could substantially increase your settlement. With Morgan & Morgan, it's easy to get started, and their fee is free unless they win. Just visit forthepeople.com/PMT or dial pound law. That's pound 529. That's forthepeople.com/PMT or dial pound law pound 529. This is a paid advertisement. And before we get to the Dingers Only draft, it's brought to you by Fruit of the Loom. For some reason, guys hold on to their underwear way too long. Why? Who knows? But when a fresh, comfortable, well-designed pair of Fruit of the Loom costs less than your morning coffee, there's really no excuse. Refresh your underwear drawer today with well-made, well-priced Fruit of the Loom. It's the best time of year. Do a full swap out. Say see ya to all your old underwear. Get brand new Fruit of the Loom in. It's comfortable. It's reasonably priced. It fits great. It looks better. It's the best. When you change out all your underwear at once, you look forward to every day. Fruit of the Loom delivers legendary comfort and iconic style that you can trust. With nearly 175 years of expertise, we craft essentials that feel like a designer, but at a fraction of the price. It's time to refresh your underwear drawer with well-made, well-priced Fruit of the Loom. And now, here's Dingers Only.
Okay, it's time. Dingers Only League, 3rd year in a row. For anyone who's not familiar with this, we do this. So this is the 3rd year. Dingers Only. It's our fantasy baseball draft that we do halfway through the season, and the only stat is home runs. That's it. Every team has to draft a 9 positions, every position on the field. Obviously, DH instead of pitcher, and home runs is it. Whoever has the most home runs wins. Whoever has the least home runs loses and has to get 6 outs against a college baseball team like PFT did, like Max
did.
Oh, wow.
Attempted to do.
Did you get there?
Attempted to do twice, and then there was an unfortunate accident that prohibited that up until baseball season.
Whose fault was the accident?
Mine. Hand up accountability.
Why don't you explain to people what happened?
I was overserved.
Oh, so it's the bartender's issue.
I don't have to shout out the exact
That's
bar.
also on you because you should just be able to drink more.
I was overserved.
There's no such thing as me being overserved.
You also could have not drank anything because you were in training for the baseball.
Yeah, well, whatever, Brandon.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
Fuck.
By the way, Brandon,
I don't know why I said it like that.
Brandon was in it last year. He's in it again. Jerry was in it last year. He's in it again. Zach is a new entry, and Stephen Che is a new entry, who was a commissioner last year. Are we worried at all about Stephen Che being the commissioner and also participating?
Yeah, I am. I'd just like to say I am.
You know what? I'm going to match.
Yeah, because really I'm not, but if he wins somehow, I'm going to be very, very concerned.
Would anyone like to double the concern?
I'll sign off on that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So we got match.
I'll match Jerry's double.
Okay.
Yeah,
I trust
stinks.
Steven. I'll say it.
Okay.
Thank you, Max.
If Steven wins, I'm going to be going like this.
Yep.
Remember we trusted you, by the way.
So, Max, are you going to do this ever?
Yeah, we're going
Because
to...
it kind of ruins Dingers Only.
No, we're going to...
Like, imagine that you're in a fantasy football league, and the person who finishes in last, they don't do their punishment for your friend's fantasy football league until after the draft for next season. What do you think should happen to that person?
I'm willing to take last pick, although that'll make things more confusing.
No, and also it's snake draft.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
you kind of just gave yourself an
I
advantage.
guess what
that
I'm
was
saying,
a terrible.
Are you going to do it?
Yes.
How are you going to do it?
What steps have you taken recently
Where are
to
you gonna
advance
do it?
ourselves into doing this?
Where are you going to put it?
What do you mean? What?
Put it.
Where do you want it?
Where are you gonna
Probably
put
out on
it?
YouTube. We'll probably film it, record it, and put it.
Is that
out
what they
on
call your
YouTube.
butthole?
When do we start talking about butts?
Where are you
When
gonna
is
put
this
it?
happening?
It's happening maybe after Grit Week.
Okay.
So maybe 2 months from now. That's what you're telling the AWLs.
Well, yeah, the AWLs are upset.
I think they have every right.
And they have every right to be.
Rightfully so.
And they have every right to be. But we had 2 dates set. 2 dates got rained out, and then I broke my foot, and then the college baseball season started. And teams aren't going to do that in the middle of the season.
Okay.
So it's not like I just didn't try for a year. There was ample amount of trying.
There was a lot of trying.
I think you should have to do 4 innings.
3.
I think you should double it.
3.
You've waited the whole year.
This is a negotiation.
Shake his hand.
3.
Shake his hand
3.
for 3.
No deal.
Shake his hand for 3.
4.
2.
No, he's going backwards.
You're losing.
Get
2.
Get 3. Get 3. Get 3.
2
right
college
now.
baseball and then 2
softball.
Women's softball. 2 innings.
But that
of
will
each.
make it so hard to plan.
2 innings of each.
2. 1 and 1.
Okay. No. How about 3 plus you have to wear one?
What?
You got to get beamed.
With what?
A baseball by a pitcher. All of us.
What?
All of us get to throw one at you.
No deal.
Why? We can't throw that
That
hard.
would hurt.
All? Yeah.
Yeah.
No
Not
deal.
at the same time.
1.
4.
1. The winner. The winner of. No, that's not.
The winner of this.
I know, because then that would just be buying myself more time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think 3
you have
innings.
to think about getting hit by a
1.
pitch for the next year.
3 innings, 2.
1.
2 people.
1. 3 innings, 1.
None of us can throw hard.
I try. It's not. If I went through this entire year and was like, and just didn't do a single thing about it, I would be more.
Well, this year, 2025.
Yes, the teams were playing.
But you
All right,
said
fine.
this year.
Yeah.
You tried
3
last
innings.
year.
One of us gets to bean you, but it has they get multiple pitches till they hit you.
5 pitches.
You can't duck it though.
It should be
You
done
got to
in 5
stand in the box. You can't
Yeah.
jump around and shit.
No, yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Deal.
all right,
Deal.
All right, everyone
Deal.
good with that?
Good deal.
All right, so 3 innings. You're gonna pitch 3 innings. Okay.
All right, good. Good.
All right,
Good negotiation.
Should we get to the draft? Anyone got a question about the rules? Zach, you got a question about the rules? Steven, you got a question about the rules?
We discussed outfield. As long as they've played that position, left field, center field, right field, at least 10 games, we're good, and they can be in that position. So they can be fluid.
You said it.
You do get a drop, right? You get 1 drop if your player's accused of
pedophilia. That's the what's his name rule.
Wander Franco.
Wander Franco. I had Wander Franco. I had to drop him.
Had to take a stand for what's right.
You also get an injury, right?
You get 1 injury drop.
1 injury / pedophilia, but you have to specify if
Yeah.
you're dropping the person for injury or for pedophilia.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's only 1 injury.
And-
So if you drop someone and then another guy gets injured, you can't.
And if another guy gets pedophilia.
It's also 1
Correct.
pedophilia.
Okay.
You know,
have to-
those are separate.
All right.
Yeah, you have to keep the second pedophile.
Okay.
Right. Exactly.
So if you draft 2 pedophiles, you're just out of luck.
You're in a. You just hope that they don't get caught.
Okay.
But you do hope they get caught eventually.
I hope they get
After
caught.
the season.
You don't want them to just not ever get caught. You just don't want them to get caught while they're on your team.
Mm-hmm.
Where's Wander Franco these days?
I think he
Jail?
I think
he went home.
Did he do a DUI recently? I think he did something else. I think he added something onto his
I think
charges.
he just went home.
Tampa.
No, that wasn't what I was talking about. That's not where
He's
he
in
is.
court.
I mean, the smartest thing he could do is to get another charge, and then everyone's like, "Wander Franco, isn't that the guy that got
DUI guy.
Yeah, DUI guy.
Wander Franco. He's from the Dominican Republic. I think he went. Oh yeah. Prosecutors seek 5-year prison term for Franco.
At least he blew above.
Oh, that was 42 minutes ago.
Yeah, but he's really.
He's in court literally right now. Okay.
Hey,
He's currently on Major League Baseball's restricted list after initially being placed on administrative leave.
Okay.
So he's restricted.
But for the record, I dropped him before MLB acted.
that's true. You were the first person
So,
to speak out.
Credit to me.
Did you hear about Wander Franco? At least he blew above .18 this time.
That's the jokes that would happen if you got a DUI. All right. We ready to go? Let's do it, boys. Let's get some juice in here for the Dingers Only League.
All right.
Jerry, you have the first pick in the Dingers Only League draft. Then we're going around the horn here. Snake draft. So Steven will have the 8th and the 9th pick, and then coming back around.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. My first pick, tough one, but looking at the at bats right now, blows everybody else out the water without at bats. I'm going Shohei Ohtani.
Okay.
DH.
Why did you say that was a tough one? I like that.
Well, because
Do you have an extra pen?
Judge, Judge
Yeah,
is there too.
Best player in baseball.
Someone in the
I got
booth
you. I
grab
got
me a
you. I
pen?
got you.
Oh, nice.
I wanted to pick my guy Judge, but
I'm gonna cross off.
I'm gonna say,
names
Jerry?
for a few minutes, and then I'm gonna stop.
You blew that first pick.
Just absolutely blew it.
You blew that first pick.
how?
People are going to be studying this draft for years to come, and they're going to look at your first. That's like Darko Milicic going in. The top
He's got
3.
26 home runs.
Okay, good for you.
Was that the
All right.
Ohtani draft?
Zach,
Hey,
you're up.
what position does he play?
DH.
Okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
Positional value. Zach, you're
I
up.
think that's pretty good positional value, to be honest with you.
Okay.
I would
Shut
like
up, Max.
I would like to take Aaron Judge as my
Okay.
first pick in
Wow,
this draft.
Okay.
Is that a bad pick?
No, it's a great pick.
That's an awesome
Great
pick.
pick. Great fucking pick.
So I have him as a right fielder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because he plays right field.
That would be where he
Good
plays.
point.
Okay.
So I am going to, once again, I was rewarded with nothing. I won Dingers Only in a route last year. What?
That's how all of winning means nothing.
Max,
part of my
shut
take.
the fuck
I'm
up.
Just saying.
I am simply talking.
Okay. Go ahead.
A member of my team I got in the 8th round last year. I'm getting him in the first round this year.
Don't.
I am doing it. Why wouldn't I do it?
I'll
I
trade
have to
picks
do
with
it.
you.
I have to
I'll
do it.
trade with you.
He's so far above everybody
I'll
else in
trade
his
with
position.
you. I wanted to call him.
You can't
to say,
call him.
"Can you
I had him
welcome
last
to my
year."
Team? I had him the year before.
I know, but I had him last year.
I'll make a trade for you.
How are you going to trade?
When we come back around, I'll let you pick in front of me.
I don't think that we can do this.
Take his whole second round.
Steven?
Pick. Make him skip his second round
I
pick.
mean, drafts are allowed. Trades are allowed in drafts.
Yeah, trades are.
So I get your first round pick and your second round pick?
No, you get to jump in front of me. I'll let you jump in front of me the two times in a row that it comes back around. So you move up twice.
Yeah, but I
Brandon-
won't be able to get anybody this good. I can't.
Brandon,
Why?
I'll just.
Why do you get to just
I'm
claim
just
a guy?
asking.
Why-
3 times. I'll let you.
I'll
do it.
just give you my second round pick.
For what?
Not even a pick swap. Just give it to you for this guy.
For this guy? What are you guys doing? How come you?
That's a pretty good deal. That's a pretty good deal from PFT.
I'll give
Max?
you my second round pick.
My second round's
All
more
right, fine.
valuable.
Just take him.
Cal Raleigh catcher.
Fuck.
Yep.
It's stupid. I could not take him.
No, he's 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. I am a little worried he's hit too many home runs so far.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough to keep the pace up, but
Correct. What are you doing?
Ask him to be on your team.
He's probably at the ballpark or something already.
He's probably pooping.
This is big.
Might be pooping.
If he doesn't pick up for Brandon, then he's back.
This is your phone.
He's back on the waiver
He's
wire.
your phone.
Rejecting your pick.
He's back on the waiver wire.
He's not answering.
He's back on the waiver wire.
No, because that's your phone.
Fuck.
Cal Raleigh, catcher.
All right,
He's got
fine.
31 home runs.
I know. He's that was the 1-1 pick.
The second
Jerry
best catcher
fucked
had
up.
second best catcher at 17.
Yeah,
Yes,
Jerry,
he's a catcher.
There's Logan O'Hope is good too. I had him last year. On my team.
I'll take my guy Kyle Schwarber then.
DH, right?
Left field.
Yeah,
What'd you all for? Wait,
because I was gonna pick him.
Schwarber's played more than 10 games
It
left
definitely
field. Is he
wasn't coming
not?
back to you.
No,
he's
How many
listed
games-
as left field on
How many games has Kyle Schwarber played
ESPN.
left field,
Oh.
Max? He's played left field a bunch.
this
Hey.
one get a little squirrely. 'cause
I think you would prefer him at DH.
You think so?
I don't know, Max.
I think for sure. There's so many left fielders.
There's
So many
yeah,
DH.
they're about the same.
Okay. PFT, you're up. Okay, so I guess he's my DH.
I got to take my guy. I got to take James Wood, Mr. National, left field, hitter of the highest pop flies you've ever seen. James Wood, 22 years old,
Love that.
future face of this league.
Good pick.
That's beautiful.
Jay Woody.
I will be taking.
This is where it gets really boring for the listeners.
I know. You know what? You know what?
Yeah.
What?
I
You're
will be
gonna take
taking PCA.
Yep. It's a good pick.
Yep.
It's a good pick. It's a great pick.
Inside the park runs count too.
It's a great pick.
Who's that guy, Max?
MVP.
And
Pete Crow Armstrong.
Steven was going to take him.
I was. I
Center
wanted to take
So
him
it's a
bad.
good pick. It's a good pick.
Center field, a good positional value.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to go positional value. I'm up in the air. I guess I will go with Eugenio Suarez of the Arizona
pick.
Diamondbacks.
Not
Third
even-
base. He's got 25
pick.
dingers.
Not even close to how you say his name.
How do you pronounce it, Brandon?
Eugenio.
Eugenio.
Okay. That was way off. Eugenio Suarez. That's my pick. 25 dongs. 19 second place, so that's good positional value.
It's a lot of dongs.
Nice.
Did you say he's third base?
He's third base.
Okay, Steven, you have 2 picks.
Eugenio.
I am going with New York Met, Pete Alonso.
Okay.
Oh.
Polar bear.
First
Polar
base.
bear.
You get
Home run derby
home
does not
runs.
count. No, I think it did. I think we said it counts as one home run.
If you win,
Yeah, it counts as one home run if you win.
yeah.
Oh, sick. Okay.
I think we did make that rule.
Yeah.
Very dumb rule.
And then I am also going positional value. I'm going Logan O'Hoppe.
Great pick, Steven.
That's where I was
great.
just going. That's where I was
Terrific.
gonna go.
Great pick.
Great pick.
Great pick.
You guys are picking well right
Wow.
now.
Yeah. A lot of good picks.
Damn.
All right. My next pick, we won last year. We were doing a Stella Blue thing at the Cubs game. We were there during BP, and I watched this guy legitimately hit 15 straight home runs during BP, and I was like, Big Cat, who the fuck is that guy? His name, Sayak Suzuki.
Sayak.
Pat Sajak.
Say yeah.
Say
One
yeah.
night in
Say yeah.
town. Wiz Khalifa. Left field. Say yeah, Suzuki.
So you can do left field or DH. You choose left field.
I choose left field.
Okay. Good pick. I'm just gonna say good pick for
Yeah.
the Cub.
Yeah.
You've said good pick for every player, just about.
I think your pick was bad.
You wanted my pick tremendously.
Very badly.
We'll still talk.
Zach, how do you think this is going so
We
far?
could make a post.
I think
I'm
it's
ready
going
for,
great.
I'm ready for my pick.
Yeah, going great.
Okay.
It's going all right.
Pick.
All right.
A couple of missteps, but
I am going to make my second pick with shortstop from the Cincinnati Reds,
Boom.
Ellie De La Cruz.
Good pick.
Just terrific
Motherfucker.
That's a great pick.
That's a fun
Max.
pick. You got two fun guys.
God
Yeah,
damn
that's what
it.
he's doing.
Max's team is fun
Yep.
right
I
now.
wanted him so bad. That's fine. I'm going to go with Mr. National, World Series champion Juan Soto.
Good pick.
Right field.
Right field.
Good pick. Fuck. I will go with. I need him. I'll do Kyle Tucker, right field. You say good pick.
That's a damn good pick.
Hopefully they resign him.
I will take a right fielder as well. He's way down the board as far as home run list, but this is a future list. Ronald Acuna Jr.
Ooh, that's a good value.
Good pick, Brandon.
Good value,
Jr.
Brandon.
Yep, all his home runs are ahead of him.
Zach.
I would like to go with Salvador Perez.
What position is he?
He's a catcher.
Run on
He
catchers.
has not caught this year.
Oh boy.
Wow, Max.
Oh boy.
He
All
hit you
over
with
it.
that one.
I'm pretty sure that most of it. Check that, but I'm pretty sure they switched him to DH this year.
Wow. He got you on that one.
Shane,
He did. All right. You're back up.
So he's DH.
Are you picked?
did you
just-
get any
so
stats on
pivot.
that, Shane?
According to Shane, he said he's caught 40 times.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, I might be wrong.
Yeah, he is one of the most.
little bit of
I know. I remember there was a story.
That should be a fourth inning for that
No.
mistake.
There was a story that he hadn't caught at all this year.
If he wasn't going to catch, I don't think
Didn't
he'd
we
play.
talk about it on PMT that he switched it? Oh wait, no.
Salvador Perez.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry.
He was on the Seamhead Express. He's a great player.
Okay. Jerry.
Yes, I will go with first baseman Spencer Torkelson.
Yep.
The Tigers.
Tigers. Good Yak Gauntlet time. No, bad Yak Gauntlet time. Okay, and you have another pick.
Oh, okay, perfect. I will go with.
That one surprised you.
I have DH and I have first base. Next up, I will take shortstop Francisco Lindor.
Good pick.
That's a good pick.
Really good pick.
Great pick.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Really fucking good pick, dude.
How do we feel about taking? How do we feel about taking Mets?
It's the worst. It's the worst podcast we do every year.
How do we feel about taking Mets, knowing that Frank the Tank is going to scream about how much they suck for the entire season?
Won't do it.
Will not.
I might just take all
Cannot
Mets.
do it. Will not do it. Okay. Who's up? Zach.
I would like Brandon Lowe, second base.
Lau.
Brandon Lau, correction.
Okay.
First second baseman off the board.
Good pick.
How you feel about that pick, Zach?
It's a good pick.
Feel decent about it.
I'm sorry about the Salvador Perez thing.
All good, man. I appreciate all the information.
It's huge.
All the information.
Someone took Junior Caminero?
No.
Shit. Yes, Brandon?
I'm working on 2 guys.
That's normal.
That's so hot.
You going skiing?
I got to keep my Mississippi State boys together. He was also on the team last year. He's going to get hot again. DH Brent Rooker.
Ooh,
okay.
Nice.
A little early for him, but I want him, and
That's
I
a
got him.
reach. That feels like a reach.
He hit 38 home runs last year, Hank.
We're in 2025, man.
He said it felt like reach. He
See,
didn't
I'm
say
a ball
it was a
knower.
reach.
I know what.
I'm going to take center fielder Brian Buxton.
Okay.
Byron Buxton, sorry.
Buxty.
I'm going to go with friend of PMT, Atlanta Brave, first
Nice.
baseman.
Good pick.
Matt
Good one.
Olson.
Good
I
one.
feel great about that
That's a
pick.
great
Good
pick.
one.
I
That's
feel
a
really good
great
about that
fucking
pick.
PFT.
Good guy. First team all good guy, too.
Shout out everyone who's listening right now. You're just trudging through.
Voted least likely to be
Yep.
pedophile
Yep.
amongst
Yep.
his peers in the Athletic.
Hell yeah.
We are putting Joey Chestnut and Zach Gallen and Merrill Kelly in this show, so it's not. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, this wasn't a total loss of a show, even
I
though
don't-
listening to us just say names over and over is.
I don't think I saved Matt Olson's number. Big Cat, can you call him real quick?
Yeah.
I just want to tell him. Because when I got a chance to talk to him in Milwaukee, I said, I'm looking at you for dingers only.
I'm gonna say.
Made a case.
I'm gonna say I got your coach on the line.
Okay.
Like they do in the drafts.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on one sec. We're 0 for 1 on these.
Is he playing right now?
It is pretty close to game time.
Yeah, it
which
is.
Also, I don't think I've ever called him.
He's got 3 hours
Texted.
playing the Mets.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna have his phone. Hello?
Matt, Big Cat from the Dingers Only League. I'm going to put you on right now with the manager that drafted you.
Hey, Matt Olson, this is PFT Commenter. I just took you in the Dingers Only draft. I want to say we're excited to have you as part of the program. Let's give him hell this year, buddy.
Hey, it means a lot. Happy to be a part of this program.
And part of being a part of the program is you get unlimited ice cream at the office whenever you want to stop in. I'll send you a card.
I did notice that worked for somebody recently.
Yep.
Yeah.
There,
Cal Raleigh.
there you go, Kyle Raleigh. So anytime you want, 24/7, you're in Chicago, let us know, and you get the ice cream machine.
Can we move it to the clubhouse for a series?
No, absolutely not.
I'm hearing from the cream
Absolutely
team
not.
that we can't do that, but you do get access to it on site here at Barstool Sports.
Okay, sounds like a deal.
All right.
right.
Glad to have you part of the program. Give him hell.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thanks,
All right.
Matt.
God bless.
All right.
That was nice.
See you, Matt.
right.
Thanks.
That was a nice moment.
Dingers only.
By
It
the
just
way,
means more.
Steven has a lot of phone numbers of baseball players, so he will have to call anyone who drafts one of
Okay.
those guys. Yeah.
That's fair.
Okay. Great pick.
Max?
That's
my
your
turn?
name?
I'm going to go with second baseman Ketel Marte.
Good one.
Is that how you pronounce his name, Brandon?
Good one.
That's a really good pick.
Yeah, sure.
Really good pick.
All right, I'm gonna go with the guy. He missed a lot at the beginning of the year, but he's back now. I think he's gonna make go on a tear to end the year. We're going right fielder, Mike Trout.
Okay.
I was just looking up his stats.
All right.
Steven, would you like to call him? I knew that was coming. That's why I said that beforehand.
Yeah, I mean, I can call him.
Yeah, give him a call.
Oh,
So
Get awkward.
I like don't want to hear
It's gonna
this.
get awkward.
You don't have to call him.
oh, okay, no. I thought I had an outstanding text to him. I do not. So yeah. I can
An
call
outstanding text. What do you think he's doing right now? You think he's reading like Eagles
him.
season
Is he hurt or
previews?
is he playing?
He's been playing.
He's playing.
He came back
He's got
recently.
12 homers.
I'm sure that'll continue.
All right, here we go.
You gotta tell him he's live, or he's on air. Is he going to pick up, you think?
I don't know. We've talked on the phone a couple times.
Hank, there's a lot of pressure on you.
I'd love to be a fly on the wall.
I mean, we're all texting about the fantasy league.
Mike Trout was going to get picked, and I knew Steven would have to call him. Please don't answer. Please don't answer.
Probably not.
Your call has been.
All right.
No.
Take a picture of Hank and send him a text saying Hank just drafted you in Dingers only. Let us know if he gets back to you. Okay.
All right. I'm disoriented now. Let's go with Corbin Carroll is injured, so I'm not going to go with him. I'm going to go with right fielder, LA Dodger, Teoscar Hernandez.
The Oscar.
That's not really how you say his name, Steven.
Teoscar Hernandez?
That's not it.
How is it?
It's the Oscar Hernandez.
The Oscar Hernandez.
And this whole draft was leading up to me picking the Oscar Hernandez.
Damn it.
You're a real fucking asshole.
All right, you have another one.
Shares a birthday with my son.
Oh, great.
Wow.
I'm sure he's so excited about that. Who do you share a birthday with, Steven?
Elmo.
Yep.
Perpetually 3.5 years old. I'm going shortstop.
It's Spanish for the mo.
Shortstop, Dansby Swanson.
Okay.
Okay, good pick.
Yeah, got it.
Good flow.
Good pick.
Thanks.
All right, this might be a reach probably, but I'm
God
going
damn
to go first baseman, local kid, South Shore, Cohasset, Mass. He is a New York Yankee that goes by the name of Ben Rice.
Okay.
Okay.
Sure you have the name right?
We say local kid. You meant
Local
to you specifically.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes,
Okay.
yeah.
What position is he?
First base.
Southie?
Coho. Donnie's son.
Southie. They call that Southie. Hank,
Coho.
in Boston.
He's a skip.
He's wicked strong.
Skipper. I forget what their mascot was in high school.
Okay, you're up.
I am going to go with outfielder, specifically right fielder, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Okay.
Oh, good pick.
Damn fine pick.
Good.
A lot of aura.
pick.
Yep.
So
I'm
much
going
aura.
for I'm going for aura on this squad.
So much aura.
Yeah, that's a good pick. All right, you're up.
Skippers.
PFT.
Really glad this guy fell to me. Colorado Rocky. First Rocky.
That's what I was going between.
Positional value. Hunter Goodman.
All right.
Catcher. Playing at altitude.
All right, I'm gonna play a little defense on myself here. Let's see if I can.
Are any of these guys hurt?
No, I don't think so.
Quite possibly.
Yeah, I'd say it's a high probability.
Definitely some hurt guys. You're trying to get my pick before I get my pick.
You have the pick before me. What value would it be to me?
What if I lose my time on the clock?
You're running the clock.
Your call has been forwarded.
Pick up. All right, I'm taking friend of the program, Christian Yelich.
Yeah,
good
yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
That made sense.
Maybe
Is
he'll
he
come
right
back.
field?
Left field.
Left field.
Okay.
So I'm going to take a risky pick here. This guy is hurt. I think he's coming back within a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. I don't know. Whenever he's coming back. Yeah, I'm doing it, Max.
God damn it! I thought no one was.
Of course I'm doing it. I was looking at you like you should do it.
gonna
You,
do it.
you had plenty of time to do it.
I know. I understand, but
I think I'm getting great value if
Yeah.
he gets back healthy. Bryce Harper, first baseman.
Oh, that's great value, Brandon. Great value.
You really love Philly, huh?
Great value.
That's my first Philly.
Yeah.
I do.
It's important, Philly.
Great value.
Unlike
Zach,
Max.
how we
thought I was
feeling?
gonna.
Feeling okay. If it's possible, still on the board, I would like to go with the Junior Caminero from the Tampa Bay, third base.
Oh, they just cut him.
That's terrible. We're confirmed. Okay, well, I'm not going to go with
No,
him.
he's fine.
He's fine.
Okay, I'm going with him then.
Zach, how would you feel pitching against the team, a college team?
Headgear or no headgear?
You could have a net in front of you if you wanted.
I just don't. I don't know if I can keep it strike zone. I might hit him with the ball. I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah.
I don't throw too fast, but I wouldn't want to hit anybody.
Okay, but you could do it.
You're worried about them.
I'm not too nice on the mound. Yeah, I don't want to hit anybody with a ball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, Jerry, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna go with. He's on my squad last year, I believe. Yes, he was. Third base, Jose Ramirez.
Okay.
It's a damn fine pick.
Good pick.
Thank you so much. And I believe I have another pick, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I will go center field. O'Neal Cruz.
Good pick. Damn good pick.
Good
Jerry.
one.
Thanks, guys.
Fun player.
Appreciate
Great.
that.
That's an aura pick too.
Yeah,
That's
it is.
a great
Yeah.
pick.
I had him on my board.
I had him on my board as well.
I think he was on my board.
Everyone had him on the board. Okay. We're about to get to the portion where we start picking guys who've already been picked.
Yep.
Yeah.
And super hurt guys.
Uh-huh.
Super hurt guys.
Just like really hurt guys.
Super hurt guys.
Some guys might not be alive.
Okay. You're up.
Is it possible to go Byron Buxton, center field?
Oh,
yeah.
perfect timing.
Timing.
I picked him 2 rounds ago.
Oh, that's terrible. My bad. Sorry. Okay.
Terrible.
I'll go Trent Grisham.
Okay.
Okay. Has been picked.
What's position?
What position's that?
Trent Grisham, he's a center fielder.
Okay. Back-to-back center fielders.
It's about that time.
Mm-hmm.
You better believe it.
Yep. It is about that time, Brandon.
Let me call this guy.
Oh.
Yeah. All right.
Got him?
Whose number does Brandon have?
Yeah.
Mississippi State guy.
All right. Let me just. Okay. Let's call him right now. Sorry, guys.
No, you got this.
I had to look it up.
Who's he calling? Who do we think he's calling?
I'm calling my guy.
Who do we think he's calling? Oh, is this not Stowers?
Shit.
Oh no. It's an Oriole? Mississippi State?
Picking Bobby Witt Jr.
Oh.
Shortstop. Doesn't have that many home runs yet, but he's going to get hot.
He will get hot.
BW.
Bobby
He will
Witt
get
Jr.
hot.
Takes
He will
BW.
get hot. All right, I'll go wait, let me make sure he's not hurt.
Shortstop.
I'll go third baseman, Manny Machado.
Okay.
Aura. Fun to watch.
Big time aura.
All the Padres have
Pods.
aura.
Big time aura.
Potheads.
All right. PFT.
All right, I'm going to go center fielder for the Milwaukee Brewers, Jackson Churio.
Oh.
Nice pick.
Fun name to say, too.
Chip.
Nice
Churio.
pick. Nice pick.
I have a guy that I'm struggling with position.
Okay.
Rafael Devers is the pick that I would like to make.
I think he's
But I
struggling
don't.
with his position.
Listed as a DH.
How many games is he? How?
All of
We've
them?
clarified before. It'd be
Shane
10.
just said all of them.
He's been a DH.
All of them he's been a DH?
That was the thing, right?
Yeah, DH.
Okay, fine. I'll keep him at DH. That's fine.
Wait, he's listed as third base in baseball reference?
In his own words, he said, I am a third baseman, right, Hank?
Yeah, but he hasn't played third. So
But he said,
I'm fine.
per the rules of the.
He
of the
said-
league.
I just said I'm fine with keeping him
I
at
know,
third
I'm
base.
just
Are you
saying.
fine
Or
with keeping him at third base?
At DH. Yeah.
All right. Then keep
it should
him
be
at
up to him. Would you think he'd want a DH, or do you think he'd rather?
Yeah, you
play
might
third
have
base?
you might have a clubhouse cancer on your hands.
That's
now.
fine.
That's tough.
All right. Similar to Mike Trout, this guy missed a big chunk of the season. I think he made his return on. He's had 6 at bats this year, but he hits bombs. He's gonna hit a lot of bombs. No, he's had 19 at bats, 0 home runs.
Okay.
Giancarlo Stanton.
All right.
Oh,
He's battling back from double elbow tendonitis.
Yep.
Forgot he was still
I didn't even know he
in the
played baseball still.
Yeah.
What position is he?
DH.
He'll probably stay healthy.
Does he go by Mike now?
league.
No.
That's been 8 years.
Actually, the opposite.
That's him though. Yeah. All right.
You looked him up and it still says Mike Stanton.
No, my memory reference bank.
Your memory reference bank.
Your brain?
Yeah. All right, it's on me.
Is anybody?
Yeah, no, it's memory reference bank.
Let's go center field. Have I taken that? Nope. Let's go Andy Pages.
Whoa.
Pajes.
That's a reach.
Big time reach. Really bad pick.
Is he hurt?
No, we're just making fun
Just
of
a
you.
reach.
Okay. Back to back. All right, let's go. Center field's off the board. Right field's also off the board.
I love my squad right now.
I do too.
Let's go. Third base. Isaac Paredes.
Isak.
Isak?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully he doesn't suck.
Cub for life. He was on the Cubs last year.
Oh hell yeah.
All right, I'm gonna keep. I'm going for just sex appeal. I'm just going for a lineup that pops off the lineup card. I'm gonna go Mookie Betts, shortstop. He's had some injuries.
I was just looking at him. He's got nine home runs this year.
He lost a lot of weight. He had a toe injury, but he's back. He's playing.
But I was looking at it. I was looking it up because I was about to maybe take him. But then I looked at it and I was like, oh, maybe it's because he didn't hit home runs when he lost all his weight. He only hit 1 home run this last month.
He's had a toe and he's battling, but he's again, like, these are all big time players that are gonna have to contribute going down the stretch and
live up to their names.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna go with.
Mookie, Mike Stanton, okay. Mike Trout. That's a power.
Yeah,
that's a power
sit this one out.
You
Max.
just interrupted Max.
It's okay.
Max
I'm also gonna go for a vibes guy. Again, I'm struggling with his position, but I'm available at both of his positions right now. I will be going with Vladdy Jr.
Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Team is he on?
He's on the Blue Jays. I believe he's a first baseman now. Not a third baseman anymore.
How many home runs does he have?
Not as many as
I think he has like
you would
9
think.
Or
he
11.
has 10, but you gotta go for talent at this.
That's a fact.
Yeah, you got to go for upside.
Yeah,
you're drafting for upside right now, 100%.
I'm gonna go with a sabermetric pick. I got deep into the math on this. Ideally, you want your players to get as many opportunities to hit home runs as possible. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Why not take a guy that hits leadoff? Shortstop C.J. Abrams. He's going to get like 4 more at bats than some of your guys' clowns.
That's good sabermetrics.
Why would you say clowns?
Because you guys got a bunch of clowns on your team.
That's kind of mean.
He's right.
And it's true.
I will go with shortstop Jeremy Pena from the Houston Astros. Pena.
Spanish for pineapple.
7 of 8 teams right now have a shortstop.
It's a big swinger.
Oh, that was a mistake then.
I
knew that. Where you could wait on, but just no idea.
I'm going to go.
Whoever doesn't have a shortstop, don't.
I have a.
Don't pick them.
That's me.
Yeah.
No, I got Bobby White. Never mind. I got left fielder.
Okay.
Has anybody picked Taylor Ward?
No.
Then I'm picking Taylor Ward.
Who does he play for?
The Angels.
No, that's a bad pick. Taylor Ward. That is generic player number 45.
Shit, can I change my pick?
This is just called dingers only, right?
Yeah.
We're just hitting dingers.
Why did I do that?
I'm not worried about sex appeal.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about
Taylor
noise.
Ward. I'm drafting player first name, last name.
If you met a girl named Taylor Ward, she's hot as fuck.
Yeah, if she's a chick.
Yeah. How do you know mine isn't a chick?
Can I switch my pick if the person picks up?
Yes.
No.
If the person picks up,
he's gonna get his next pick.
No, what are you talking about?
But
it's a shortstop. Everyone else has a shortstop.
Who are you throwing back?
I would have rather had Gunnar Henderson just because I could root for him instead of Jeremy Pena.
Oh.
Can I just do that?
You have to call him.
I'm actually
he has
fine.
to pick up.
I'm actually fine with that.
I mean, everyone has a shortstop.
I know, but I just wanted to see him pick up.
All right, fine. If he picks up,
Yeah.
otherwise I'm keeping Jeremy Pena.
And whoever doesn't have a shortstop, just pick Gunnar Henderson whenever you want.
Gunnar hasn't responded to me since I asked him to go on his bachelor
Well, you're
party.
not Dan. Well, since you what?
You guys made me ask him that.
Fuck, he's not gonna pick up. Damn it. All right, I guess I got Jeremy Pena.
He's a fine player.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to root for Gunnar Henderson. I was stupid. I don't know why I did that. He's only hit 8 home runs, so I didn't see him on the board.
Hey, this is Gunnar.
Fuck.
Oh, that's a strong message.
All right, Jeremy Pena, be a hero.
Hey, it's me, Gunnar Henderson. But you already knew that.
He's gonna be so mad when he finds out he didn't get drafted.
Oh, one
He might
person's
still.
got a chance.
Yeah.
He might still.
Who still needs a shortstop?
Does anybody know?
Okay. Don't draft him right now, but you know what? If
No,
you
do whatever
draft
you want.
Gunnar, I'll trade you Jeremy Pena.
Can I think about it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
All right.
What'd you decide?
I'll go next, right?
Yeah, but what'd you decide about the trade?
Yeah.
Oh, right now?
Yeah.
Oh, you feel good about Pena this year?
I mean, he's got 11
Don't
home
get
runs.
bullied. Obviously doesn't feel good about him, Zach. He's
No,
trying-
it's literally, I do feel good about him, but I just would rather have Gunnar Henderson, but it's fine. You don't have to.
Is it cool if I can we think about midseason, maybe a swap? Can we table it till now and I go
The
Gunnar
deal
later?
is now officially off the table.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, we won't trade then.
There you go. Ahead. Make your pick.
I got you. Sorry about that. I'm going to go with, has Ezekiel Tover been taken?
Nope.
I would like to take Ezekiel Tover.
Okay.
What position is that young man?
Shortstop.
Wait.
You son of a bitch.
You're not taking Gunnar Henderson.
And you also were taking his shortstop when you didn't need to. Everyone else already had one. You could have
We
waited.
just had this conversation.
It's 3 home runs.
Why are you
picking him?
taking him?
I was just keep trying to keep track of who was taken and who wasn't taken. I know he was on the non-taken board, and Ezekiel sounds like a strong name. I was really going off first name.
I thought you were like friends with this guy.
No, I don't have too many guys. I don't know too many guys in MLB, but I feel like he might be a stick later in the season.
Terrible pick.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay. Jerry, you're up.
All right, I need a second baseman. I will go. Ooh, okay. I will go with Jackson Holiday.
You bitch, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll go with him. I like him.
It's a good pick.
Good pick. Good pick.
And then this is gonna be a reach because I think this guy has 0 home runs this year.
Okay.
He plays left field.
Okay. Oh, a left fielder with 0 home runs is hard to do.
Yordan Alvarez.
Oh, that's pretty.
Is he
hurt?
Yes.
But
He is hurt. He is returning sometime in the next 2 months, a month and a half.
Good.
Okay.
That's
a
good.
pick.
No, he hits home runs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Astros Jordan Alvarez, no progress.
I'm pretty sure they found a fracture in his hand.
I think I drafted him last year right when he went on the start of like a 60-day DL.
Yeah.
He's a great player when he plays.
Yeah, he's coming. He's returning though. They said.
Yeah, that's what they said last year.
What is the last update?
No progress.
No progress.
We'll see.
I read a different report.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean,
we'll
listen,
see.
if he,
We don't know. Nobody knows.
yeah, I know he was supposed to. I think it was a setback.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
But we're good.
No progress means no bad progress either.
True.
All right. Back up, Zach.
All right. Would it be possible to take Brent Rooker, or has Brent Rooker been drafted
He's
yet?
been on my
has been
team
drafted.
for about 45 minutes.
That's fair. I missed that one on the lineup. It won't happen again. Sorry
That's how
about that,
you end up
Brandon.
with Ezekiel.
Won't do that again.
He's just picking guys that no one would have drafted.
Ian Happ of the Cubs. He available?
Yes.
Great pick.
Very
All right,
much
I'll
so.
take Ian.
Great
That's
pick.
a great pick.
He's red hot right now.
2 home runs on Friday. Which, if you're listening to this right now, was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Center fielder of the Seattle Mariners, Julio Rodriguez.
Ooh, good one.
Has 10 home runs, but is averaging 29 over the last 3 years.
J-Rod.
Good one. Good one. All right, I'll take Michael Bush, first baseman.
Okay. I'm going to go with Matt Chapman, third baseman, Giants. Good pick, PFT.
Good pick, PFT. Has anyone taken Riley Green, left fielder for the Tigers yet?
That's a hot sounding name.
Yeah, Riley Green sounds hot as
that,
fuck.
that chick has got
No one?
OnlyFans
Cannons.
I
for
will
sure.
be choosing
Yeah,
him.
like really
I would
shiny.
click on the OnlyFans just to see
Yeah.
how much
Super
it was.
shiny lip gloss.
Hammers.
50. Who did you just take? Third
Took
baseman?
Matt Chapman.
Okay, thanks.
I feel like this person's been taken from the Colorado Rockies catcher Hunter Goodman.
Yep.
He has
Yeah,
shows.
while
I got him a
ago.
long
Many
time
times.
ago.
A
That-
long
it
time
felt
ago.
like it felt like that was true.
Yeah.
Does he-
Good intuition.
How does he play into
Really good intuition, Hank.
your aura team, Hank?
He didn't. He just was high up on the board, which is why he had been taken already.
All right.
Oh man, this is tough now. All right, I'm gonna go just because I loved his walk-up song in 2016. Javi Baez.
Nice.
I'm in love with
He's
this guy.
back. He's back.
What's his position?
He's a center fielder for the Tigers.
Good pick.
Oh, he got traded for PCA, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
I am going with.
It's great, like being around Steven because his baseball knowledge literally started this year.
I am going with what's his face? Left field, New York Mets, Brandon Nimmo.
Okay, Frank's gonna be mad about that one.
And then I will go with designated hitter. I believe that's his position. Let me double check.
We should give Frank a team in
Yandy
this
Diaz.
and have it be all Mets.
Yeah.
He just gets all the Mets.
This is going to be analytics.
Good pick, Jay, by the way.
Good pick.
Analytics pick. Short porch in right field. Jazz Chisholm, second base.
That's just a real solid pick.
Good value.
There.
Good
It's a real solid pick.
I will be taking catcher, not to be confused with actor, Will Smith.
Which one are you taking?
The catcher, not the actor.
Okay.
The actor also hits. So I'm up.
We're only taking 8, right?
I got to pick a DH here. Actually, my favorite part of this Dingers Only draft is when they do the team that we didn't draft.
Yeah.
That we should have
Shane,
drafted.
are you working on that? Or memes?
It's memes?
It's all right.
Shane just tried to talk. I don't
Yeah.
think the mic anywhere near
Doesn't
him.
know how.
I can.
Okay, do it right now.
Okay, so I'm up, and I am going to be taking... Has anybody took Wilmer Flores yet?
I have not heard his name.
Not heard his name.
Designated hitter Wilmer Flores.
You sure he's still in the league?
He's hit 11 home runs this year.
Yeah.
And the 11 is red, which I think means
Good.
good. Also, fun fact about him, Wilmer Flores bio. He is the brother of Wilmer Flores.
I'll be goddamn.
Wow.
So there are 2 Wilmer Floreses.
That's sick.
Which one did you take?
I took Wilmer Flores.
Cool.
Has anyone taken Mr. October, Tommy Edman?
I have not.
Dodger.
Okay, yeah.
He's good.
I'm going to take him.
Great pick.
Mr. October.
I have an issue.
By the way, just so we're all clear, the official first day of this league is July 2nd, Wednesday, July 2nd.
So these home runs don't count.
no
so
home runs
frustrating.
count for
But
the
this-
next 8 days.
Last year, y'all did the same thing, and then you started a text message saying, "Should we just start now?"
No,
You gonna do that again?
no.
Just depends
Did
on how
we-
many
we
home
did
runs.
that?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think last year it was like, "Should we just start today?"
Should we just start today?
No, whatever.
Okay.
I have a.
It doesn't really matter.
I have a guy who I
Would like vote
Steven,
yes if you'd like to start today.
What's today?
Today.
Today, or
No.
today
Today.
when it comes out? Today, tomorrow.
Today.
Today.
This day. June
It should,
20.
no, it should start July 2nd.
Okay.
Whenever Bryce
Great.
Harper gets back.
All right.
What position is your guy?
Second baseman.
Okay.
Tommy Edman.
Who'd you say?
Mr. October.
I have a problem. I have a guy that has almost assuredly been picked, but I haven't heard him be picked, and I haven't scratched him off. So I'm going to ask, and he's definitely been picked. So just tell me he's been picked.
Okay.
Who's got Jose Altuve?
He's not been picked.
Not been picked.
I'd like to pick Jose Altuve, second baseman for the
Good pick.
Houston. Houston.
Not as good as
Cheater.
Tommy Edman.
He has way more home runs.
Than Tommy Edman?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
I know, because Tommy Edman's not even on my second base list.
How many home runs does Jose Altuve have?
12.
Tommy Edman has 10. Not way more. Few more.
Yeah. Zach?
Okay.
Has anyone drafted a Ben Rice from the New
Yes,
York
they
Yankees?
have. How do you keep doing this?
I got my list swapped. It was my
Good
fault.
kid, local kid.
Yandy Diaz.
Taken.
Also been taken. Yeah,
Has
okay.
Jose Altuve still been playing all second base? He's been playing left field.
I
too.
wrote, it said second base on the thing that I Googled.
Yeah, but he's been playing left field.
I think he's enough second base that he should be a second baseman still. Correct, Steven?
Shane?
I'm looking.
All right, can you all look?
Okay. All right. Okay.
We good?
Yeah.
All
That's why I was more upset at myself because I didn't see him on my second baseman list.
Vinny Pascantino.
Who's that?
First
Strong
base.
Italian.
Royals.
That is correct.
Yep. Pick him.
That's who we're picking.
All right. Jerry.
Perfect. I will do. I need a catcher.
This is the last round, or not this
there's
pick.
one
and
more
then
round.
the last
Coming back.
round.
I need a catcher. But yeah, fuck it. Let's go with Let's go with Wells.
God damn it.
Austin Wells.
God damn
He
it.
wasn't going to make it to you, Hank.
Austin Wells. Let's go with him.
Fucking damn it.
Catcher. Okay, now I need a... my right fielder.
Yeah, right fielder.
Okay, I will go... Man, I don't know much about this guy. But the name sounds like he hits home runs. And I remember a couple postseasons ago he was hitting home runs. Nick Castellanos.
Yeah.
He's had a good year. And his power numbers have been a little bit down. But
All right. I'll go with him, my right fielder. Perfect.
Zach, you need a DH.
Is Saya Suzuki available?
No, not even kind of.
You're just looking at my draft?
I think he was
Great
a
team, Hank.
second-round pick. Was he a second-round pick?
Yeah.
Third or fourth, yeah.
Great pick.
10th overall.
Solid pick.
10th overall. Great value.
I mean, that would have been an awesome pick if you got it.
I'll go with Jonathan Arata.
Okay.
Okay.
Designated hitter, Tempe Devil Rays.
Okay.
Just the Rays now.
Tempe Rays.
Yep.
Brandon needs a third baseman.
8 years ago.
8?
Maybe more.
Another injury guy coming back. Jordan Westberg, Baltimore Orioles, third base.
Where'd he go to school?
Mississippi motherfucking State.
All right.
Pick
I'm
him
going
as
to take
catcher.
a injured player, but he's got a lot of pop. He's got 10 home runs in how many at bats? 200 at bats. Shea Langoliers.
Okay.
From the A's. He should be back. I
Good
just
pick.
Googled it. He should be back in the next week or two. Yeah.
So Jackson Holiday, we've ruled him as a shortstop.
Yeah.
No, someone already picked him.
I picked him.
Oh,
You
he's
picked him.
second baseman, right?
Yeah.
You need a second baseman.
I need a second baseman. Yep. So I will be going with at second base Ozzy Albies,
That's a good pick.
Atlanta
Good
Brave.
pick. Good pick.
That's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Thanks.
Mostly because it's a name I recognize.
Yep.
Yeah.
Same. That's my.
I guess this is the injured round here, where someone takes someone who is going to be off of injury soon. I will be taking third baseman Alex Bregman.
Good pick.
Okay, good pick.
Great pick. Would you like to call him, Che?
Damn, I should have done that.
Bregman? Yeah.
Oh, please don't answer.
He'd be likely to pick up. We'll see.
Every article about Ozzy Albies is
playing.
about how bad the current
Do you-
slump
do you
that
have
he's
He
in.
has been
Do you
awful.
smoke?
Yeah. But he's going to be better.
He should be better.
He only has 6 home runs. He's
No
gonna hit-
outstanding
He's
text.
going to hit 25.
I think
so,
getting drafted on this
I
team
don't
is
know
the
if he's
spark that he
fucking-
needed.
Yeah. I think he's batting 100 for June.
Ugh.
All right, I'm going to go recurring guest, friend of the program, catcher for the Seattle Mariners, Cal Raleigh.
Damn, good pick.
Great pick.
Great pick.
Thank you.
Oh, Bregman's calling back.
Oh, there we go.
Nice.
Hand it to Max. Tell him we're doing the dinner.
Alex, what's up, buddy? Yeah, we are doing. You are on pardon my take right now. I'm going to pass you to Max. You've just been drafted in the Dingers Only League.
Hey, Alex, pleasure to speak with you right now. I just want you to know that you've been drafted by Team Max to the Dingers Only League and part of my take. Do you accept?
I don't even know what that is.
All right, that's cool.
Tell him what it is.
Cool. It is a fantasy baseball league between the members of part of my take plus a few more, and it's just a fantasy baseball league, homers only. How's your health? You feeling good?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, bro.
You'll be back soon. I love that. Thanks for joining my team. Have a good one.
I don't know if he did join your team.
I don't think he accepted.
You were too nervous, Max.
I was nervous.
You couldn't wait to get off the phone.
Max, like,
I was nervous. I was nervous.
Damn, dude. Maybe send him a follow-up text, Che, and be like, "Sorry for Max. He's a loser."
I felt like that was pretty. I thought that
No,
went pretty
you
smoothly.
blew that.
Che,
I thought that went pretty smoothly. Zach, what do you think?
Yeah.
You were so fast.
I thought it was on a first interaction with somebody. I feel like it went pretty decent.
I was pretty. Yeah.
Che,
I don't know why. Like I don't
Che,
know.
clean that up.
There's something about a
Yeah.
phone. There's something about a phone call that's
Clean
more
that up,
nerve-wracking.
Max. Look at it. Clean that up. I don't want Bregman to hate us.
Say sorry
Dude,
if that
give me
was
a thumbs
weird.
up, or
What?
your thumb is completely
this
blocking
guy?
your face.
Okay.
All right, Steven.
Bregman's been drafted.
Wait, who did you?
Wait,
pick?
who'd you take?
Cal Raleigh.
What are you doing?
I thought we thought we were gonna move on. Has anyone taken Augston Ramirez of the Miami Marlins?
No.
All right, I'll take him.
Good pick.
Great pick, Hank.
I had him on my board.
He's actually better than Cal Raleigh.
Steven, last pick, Mr. Irrelevant.
Mr. Irrelevant. I'm just checking to make sure this guy is healthy. He's got an absolutely dynamite name.
Oh,
yep.
He's hitting like 150.
This could be anybody.
He might be. Second baseman, Arizona Diamondbacks, Tim Tawa.
Oh.
Dynamite.
That's a dynamite name to you,
Dynamite.
Tim Tawa? Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we left a lot
Wait,
on the
who's your
board
pick?
here.
Yeah.
Augustin Ramirez.
I don't want to say third
Augustin.
base. We left a couple guys.
Well, Corbin Carroll.
Corbin Carroll's out there.
But he's hurt.
How hurt, though?
I don't know. I think he's getting an MRI, but he has 20 home runs.
I think I drafted all guys from the National League. How is that possible? Yeah.
Entirely National League team?
Everybody on my team is in the National League.
Corbin Carroll is a big miss.
Big miss.
Big
They
miss.
think somebody
I thought
stash him.
Well, you can't stash him. We don't have any. Oh, you're saying
Stash him, just eat his non-home runs until.
Yeah.
So it's a race to see whose right fielder gets hurt first?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Memes, who did we miss?
Anybody take Freddie Freeman?
Nope.
Yeah, first base. Soderstrom is a really good hitter, too.
Okay. Who else?
Want me to go down the list right now?
Yeah.
Sean Murphy, catcher.
Okay.
Braves. Tommy Edman.
Nope. Got him. Yes. That
So
feels good.
Sean Murphy might not be the best hitting catcher on that team.
That feels really good, knowing that I got a pick that the baseball guys knew.
Daniel Schneemann,
Okay.
the Guardians, for second base.
Mhm.
Zach Neto for shortstop.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Austin Riley, third base.
Okay.
It's not a bad year.
Tyler Soderstrom, center field Joe Adell.
Mhm.
And then right field Corbin Carroll.
Okay, I think we did pretty good.
Yeah. I think that was a good draft, boys.
I love my team. My team pops off.
I love my team.
Yeah, Hanks, you said something earlier of like,
Like if you posted this lineup card, you'd be
yeah,
like, oh,
that
shit.
you wanted like a star power, and that's what I kind of went for.
Read your team real quick.
Eugenio Eugenio Suarez.
Nailed it.
Sia Suzuki, Mike Trout, Ben Rice, Giancarlo Stanton, Mookie Betts, Javi Baez, Jazz Chisholm, Augustin Ramirez.
Everyone say their name.
So you want to say all of our names?
Everyone say.
All
I
right.
mean,
I think
I'm Brandon.
No, I meant like
I actually think if you put my lineup
players' names
next to Hank, I think mine pops with Aura just as
Guy for
hard.
guy?
I think mine pops better.
No, I think
not
mine
harder.
pops more as well.
I think
All
we're
right,
doing a pop off.
Yeah, let's pop off.
Let's pop off.
All right,
pop off with
Hank,
y'all.
Hank,
All
you
right.
listen to this. Tell me guy for guy. James Wood, Juan Soto, Matt Olson, Hunter Goodman, Jackson Churio, C.J. Abrams, Matt Chapman, Wilmer Flores, Ozzy Albies.
Yeah, no, there's no
The
zero
end of their-
pop.
the end of
Zero
their-
pop.
I'm popping so harder
There's
than y'all.
zero
No,
pop.
I'm popping harder. I'm popping harder.
Zero
You want to pop?
pop.
I'm gonna,
Yeah, let's. You
I'll
pop.
pop.
You pop first, and then I pop.
Cal
All right,
Raleigh,
last guy to
Yep.
pop has to eat the
Cal
cookie.
Raleigh pops.
Ronald Acuna,
Yep.
Pops.
Bryce Harper,
Yep.
Pops.
Julio Rodriguez,
Yep.
Bobby
Yeah.
Witt Jr.,
Yeah.
Jose Altuve.
Pops.
Yep.
Now I go Brent Rooker, Taylor Ward, Jordan Westbrook. I didn't pop.
Taylor
most of
Ward
them.
All right.
brings
So
it
can I
down.
pop?
I mean, Mike
Pop.
Stanton.
I'd like to
I'm
pop
popping
out.
better than
Okay.
that.
I'm Will Smith,
Nah.
Nah,
Vladdy Jr.,
a little.
Pops.
Marte, Bregman,
Pops.
Ellie.
Bregman doesn't
It
pop.
pops.
Bregman pops.
Bregman's hurt.
Bregman pops. Ellie De La Cruz, Riley Green, PCA, Tatis, Devers.
All right, that
That's a
pops.
good pop.
pretty good.
That's a good pop.
You want to hear
That's
my
all.
pop?
There's a lot of pop in there.
All right, my
Tons of
the
pop.
start. I'll just throw this Shea Langoliers, whatever. Michael Bush is good. Tommy Edman, Gunnar Henderson.
Pop.
Oh wait, did you make that trade?
Oh wait. Oh yeah.
Fuck. Jeremy Pena, Manny Machado,
Pops.
Christian Yelich,
Pops.
Kyle Tucker,
Pops.
Kyle Schwarber,
Pops.
Byron Buxton.
All right. Decent pop.
In my outfit, I mean, I have two. I have the Kyles.
Guys, I think this is
Kyle,
gonna be,
Kyle,
I have the
one too.
Kyles. Kyle Schwarber and Kyle Tucker.
this is gonna be the most competitive year of Dingers Only ever.
You want to pop, Jerry?
I'll pop a little bit.
Pop it off.
First base, Spencer Torkelson.
Okay.
Wow.
Tough
DH
name.
Otani.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shortstop Lindor.
Pop.
Center field O'Neal Cruz.
Yeah.
Pop.
Third base Jose Ramirez.
Pop.
Second base Jackson Holiday.
Oh,
Pop. Okay, could pop.
Left
Potential
field
for
pop.
Jordan Alvarez.
Pop.
Well, he's dead.
I don't think he's going to play for the rest of the year.
The pop was actually
The name is Pop though, so the
Yeah,
name is Pop.
Name Pop.
The name is Pop.
Catcher
the
Austin
pop was his
Wells.
labrum.
Okay,
And right fielder Castellanos.
that's pop.
Yeah, pop.
What do you got,
It's like a
Steven?
little pop.
Catcher Logan O'Hoppe. Sick name.
Nah.
Your
First-
definition for sick name
Right,
is
just-
Logan O'Hoppe?
It's just names.
really weird.
Oh, it's a cool name. Pete Alonso, first base. Second base.
That pops.
Yeah,
Tim Tawa. That's a cool name.
that's
How
not
could
Pop,
that be
though.
the coolest?
Tim Tawa. Shortstop Dansby Swanson. Swag.
Oh God.
This team is
Third
not
base
popping.
Isak Paredes.
Isak Paredes.
No pop.
The left field Brandon Nimmo.
This is the least amount of pop. Can we
Yeah.
agree that this team?
Well, we haven't heard Zach yet.
Center field Andy Pajes.
Okay, there's no pop.
Stages.
Right field the Oscar Hernandez.
Yeah,
Incredible amount of non-pop.
There's
You
no
don't-
sex appeal.
Here's
on
the
that
thing.
team.
You don't know 90% of your team.
No, yeah, absolutely do. Pete Alonso, Logan O'Hoppe, and the Oscar. And Dansby, I know all those guys.
If you were to make
Brandon Nimmo,
like
I've heard of.
a team logo for your squad, it would just be beige.
Yeah.
It'd be beige and gray.
Toby
Zach,
Flenderson.
Zach, end us with a pop.
Aaron Judge.
Pop.
Salvador Perez.
Pop.
Brandon Lowe.
Pop.
Wow.
Junior Caminero. Trent Grisham.
Okay.
Ezekiel Tover.
Pop.
Ian Happ.
Pop.
Vinny Pascantino.
I think if you'd said it like the with the Italian hands, it pops. Vinny Pascantino.
Pascantino.
Yeah.
All right, gotcha. And Jonathan Arata.
Why didn't you take Gunnar Henderson?
It was a mix-up.
Miscommunication.
Memes. And Shane, do you have any like grades? Like which team pops the hardest?
Give Max an A.
Let's go.
Give Brandon an A.
Yeah, Brandon's really good.
You didn't, why didn't you say I was really good?
Max yours is really good too.
All right, thanks.
I like Big Cat and PFTs.
Yeah, you do.
Wow, Hank, you're not going to pop.
No.
Hanks was good.
No, it wasn't. You don't mean that.
So who's bad? That's a better question.
Unfortunately, my man Zach had a tough time.
A lot of ball left.
A lot of ball left. A lot of ball left.
We also last year picked pitcher tiebreaker.
Yeah, we're not doing that anymore.
Okay.
That was, it was just tiebreaker.
It was strike.
Oh, yeah. We could do that, I guess.
Okay.
Tiebreaker.
We can just go same 1 through 8.
Okay.
And it's strikeouts.
It's just strikeouts.
Most
This is
strikeouts.
just purely tiebreaker for last place.
And last year we just spoke up. So
Paul Skeens.
give me Garrett Crochet.
That's what
Max
I was gonna
Fried.
pick.
What are we doing?
We just spoke up.
Cy Young?
Just take it. Oh, give me Scooble.
What?
Wait.
All right, fine. Go in order.
I'll
Go in
take
order.
the.
Go in
All
order.
right. Well,
Go in order.
I don't know his name.
Who?
It's the Asian guy.
Wait, no, it should be going back.
Shohei Ohtani?
Otani?
No,
Who had the last
no.
pick?
No, it's the.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh,
All right,
he's
we'll do
right.
that. Okay.
All right. Paul Skeens.
Wait, what is this? What are we talking about?
It's strikeouts,
Strikeouts,
It's
Max.
not going to
Strikeouts.
happen.
Strikeouts.
It's not
Got
going to
it.
happen.
Paul Skeens for me.
Good pick.
Hank.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm looking for any pitcher that's hit a home run this year.
No, it's
No.
just
No.
strikeouts.
Pitchers don't hit anymore, Hank.
It's only in the event of a tie.
Pitchers don't hit
Yes,
anymore.
How long would he have
So
searched
fat.
for that?
They're all DHs, Hank.
Oh, man.
Otani would be a great pick.
All right,
there.
give me Scooble.
Good pick.
Nice, good pick.
It's a great pick.
Crochet. Brandon was the one. Actually, no. Give me Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler.
Mackenzie Gore.
Why can't I get this for strikeouts? Where are the strikeouts? Oh, let me see. Eric Crochet. Chris Sale.
Hurt.
Thank you.
What?
Didn't he hurt? He got hurt the other night?
Logan Webb.
Hunter Brown. I don't know who that is. Crochet's picked. Max picked.
No,
No, he was
I
not.
switched to Zach Wheeler.
we
I
both
switched
made our
to Zach Wheeler.
There's so many names thrown around. Take Crochet, Matt or Zach.
I'll take Crochet.
There you go.
Yeah, Chris Sale fractured rib cage.
Yeah.
That stinks.
He got it doing a diving play with 2 outs in the ninth of a shutout.
I just wanted to fill, and that's not going to matter unless it does matter.
Good.
You got to pick there, Jerry.
I can't find him. The Asian guy on the Dodgers.
Yamamoto?
Yamamoto. That's the name, right?
Yoshinobu?
Yep. Take him.
There's definitely like 5 Asian guys pitching for the
I'm
Dodgers.
pretty sure he's talking about Yamamoto.
He's a pitcher.
No, they have another guy that just got hurt, right?
Sasaki.
Yeah.
No, I'm not thinking of that guy.
He's talking about Yamamoto, right?
The guy with the most strikeouts.
Yoshinobu.
Yep, him.
It's like the whatever. That's like the one team like you can't
You can't
just
say
that.
Asian
Yeah.
guy.
Are they just filled with Asian players?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. I don't watch baseball.
Yeah. All right. Good job, boys.
All right.
That was a great draft.
I think this
Good
was
draft, gentlemen.
guy for guy the best draft yet.
Yeah.
It's
Except
gonna be
Corbin
a
Carroll.
slugfest in the league this year.
It's gonna be scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Who do we think does the pitching challenge first? The loser of this year or Max?
Loser of this year.
I think Zach's going to do it before Max does.
Yeah.
You just are saying Zach's gonna lose?
I was making a joke.
Ezekiel.
He's going to lose.
We haven't even gotten to the second yet.
All right. Okay, that was our show. Reminder: no show Friday numbers.
3.
No show Friday for the 4th of July.
99.
We'll be back on Sunday night. Our show on Monday, and then it's chill week.
You got one there, memes.
Did you get in there, memes?
You got one for 4.
Yeah.
Wait. No, I got it.
No, I
Yeah.
know before.
Yeah,
Out of
yeah.
the 4 we just did.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He says it so quick.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with 59.
Oh.
That's not going to hit.
Okay.
That's a terrible number. Memes.
I'll take 11.
What did you guess last, memes? Last show?
59.
21.
All right, I'll do 21.
Fuck is wrong with you? 59.
27.
Come on, 27.
$71.
I've been meaning to fucking take 71.
Love you guys.
Love you too.